There we go. Hello.
Hello, is there anybody out there?
I'll just bring out the normal chat instead of here. This one doesn't have any commands here, just so you can see peeps.
No exploding.
Hello, Luca, Seeker, welcome you guys. I'll bring the camera
Hello,
closer
everyone.
here. Do camera from viewpoint. There we go. Scabadoo, thank you for that follow. Much love to you guys.
Yeah.
Welcome to the official Neos channel where we are showing off something that would be unofficial, but it is still very cool. For our games of Neos, you guys, we're going to be doing something pretty fun. We're going to be showing off Ravenswood Bluff, which is a basically kind of like a spin-off of the Blood on the Clockwork Tower board game. And it would be
tower.
Yeah, Blood on the Clockwork Tower, or Clock Tower. I'm sorry. And this would be an adaptation of the unofficial adaptation of the game, and it's called Ravenswood Bluff, and that's what it'll be called once it's published out. But there will still be running games as storytellers for users before the world is published, so people that get a chance, they can try it for themselves if they so wish to have people to come inside of here. And also, thank you, Snoop, for wasting all that KFC, and thank you, Luca, for using that Twitch Prime.
Yeah.
There are not Twitch chat commands inside here, you guys, because we are going to be playing a game. We got Chroma with us, we got Wraith, we got Frooks, we got Yumi, Ren, Magic, Wanavi, Foxworth, Veer, Aegis, Dante, Delta, Turk, Canadian Git. We got all the peeps here. Also, host, thank you for that follow. Welcome.
Yeah.
So in about like 5 minutes, you guys will be starting it up, and we'll show you guys what this game is all about for our games of Neos, and it's a lot of fun. We also got the Noodle Dragon. I can't read your name though, Noodle Dragon. It's Tolly.
The ghost.
Hey Tolly.
Noodle Dragon.
Yeah, they're dragon. Ghost.
Oh. Oh.
Ghosted.
Wait, there's a lot.
Oh no hate here. No hate here, Rampa.
You ghosts?
Yep, it's a very busy stream today. I'm surprised it's
Ah.
pretty quiet though for having the amount of people. Calls is here too.
There will probably be many more ghosts.
There'll
be lots of ghosts.
I can
Only
become
a matter of
spiritual,
time.
but
Ooh, nice.
Oh, host 003 is a bot.
we got
Well, that's
enough
not
ghosts
good.
In the room.
No bots,
Do we
please.
have any mods
No robots.
on standby?
1 sec. What? Oh, wait, I thought you said there was
Hello,
a bot.
King.
Okay.
Nice to see you here. Hope you have a good day. There we go.
No commands, guys. Sorry.
Excuse me?
I can spin manually.
Oh.
Boom.
But, in
Oh, fair enough, Seeker. Well, we got them out.
Hold on. What?
Don't worry, people. Oh, okay.
Spin. Okay.
Well, cool. Good to have all the rest of you, though, coming inside of here right now. We'll be starting up the game pretty soon here. And I'll be going through it through a first-person perspective, and then I'll be using the cameras, and then you guys can kind of get a layout. Do we have Arito here?
Yes.
Okay, did you want to maybe let the others who this is their first time here kind of explain to them and get them kind of like going?
Yeah. Whenever
Okay.
you guys are ready, I can read the instructions out.
Yeah, read it out to them so you can get that out of the way.
Okay. So the first thing you'll want to do is follow this path down here. And if you are a player, you're going to click the, over here. And if you are a player, you're going to click the player button, which is behind the spectator button.
It will
and
light
then go ahead and enter in through the gate.
Clicking on the gate. Here, let me
And
just get rid of your chat.
once you're in the gate, go ahead and click a chair.
One chair. Actually, I think we got that.
We
Yeah.
fixed that.
Okay, pick your seats, you guys.
I'll let everyone else get situated.
There we go.
Ooh,
Okay.
me playing.
Canadian
Can I click?
Yes,
playing.
but I think you should be.
Hello,
good.
Juan. Oh, nice.
Kirk, your
The
click
same
on
as
that
what was
didn't
yesterday.
Yeah.
You are still set as a spectator. So, what you may need to do just to reset it is you could go to Clock Tower and then go to
You guys
Ravenswood-
ready to play
exit
some musical
Ravenswood
chairs?
Bluff. Become resident. And then now you want to make sure you just click become resident, and then you can click on the thing on the gate, and then you're good to go.
Go there. Ding dong.
And we do have a free chair over here.
Yeah, Turk needs to get a
Yep.
chair.
Sit right there, Turk.
Kobolds in a row.
Perfect.
Canadian, I know you don't sit, but do you have a chair?
I don't believe so.
So,
no
a
chair
game
for
that
Canadian?
also, this is similar to you guys, if you've ever played it before, this is pretty similar to Werewolf as well, if you've ever played that game before.
Can I have you come out, Giovanni? Sorry.
Do I reset?
So, just to give a form of
No, you're good.
familiarity,
Give me a moment.
but they're quite similar.
Yeah, the Blood
they're
on the
different.
Clock Tower is kind of like a derivative of the Werewolf style of games. One of the big differences is that Blood on the Clock Tower, everyone that's playing gets a character, and depending on what character they are, they get different abilities that they can use. Some are used
Should
during
just
the
be able to
night.
click it, yeah.
Some are used during the day.
You're still a spectator.
Some of those abilities can be they get information. Some of those abilities are that they are offensive, like they can kill people, or they might be defensive. So like you can actually protect some people from being killed.
Yep.
So the way that the game is going to work is that when we all get started, Arito is we're all going to set up the board for what everyone's role is going to be. And then during the first night, we're going to be bringing up everyone that we need to speak to for the first night to give them their information for the first night.
I can read the instruction.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fox is just letting us know as well as for what's going to be
So,
happening.
I'm just filling in
Blood
dead air.
You're
Yeah.
fine. Blood on the Clock Tower is a social deduction game. I will be the storyteller, and I'll provide you with a role on the good or evil team after these instructions. The aim of the good team is to find and execute the demon. If the demon is dead, the good team will win. The aim of the evil team is to destroy the town. If the village is reduced to 2 living players, evil will win. In the game, we're going to have 2 phases, day and night. During the day, we're going to talk. Your role will tell you your secret identity, which is a character on the list on the notice board and inside the buildings around town. Generally, good players want to share whatever they know and try to find out who is who in the game. Most good players will be telling the truth, but some characters have an incentive to lie. If your ability is particularly good, you might not want to reveal what it is because the demon might find out and get rid of you, and then you won't be able to use your ability. If you are evil, you should definitely be lying. Your best option is to pick a good character to pretend to be and spread as much false information as possible. During the night, we'll sleep. I'll wake you up to give you information or carry out your role ability. Most of you will die. This is a good thing. In Ravenswood Bluff, death is not the end. You may gain more information or even your team's trust by dying. If you're dead, you still talk and participate in the game. You're still a full player in every way, and you still win or lose if your team wins or loses. In this game, I must follow the rules and tell you the truth about things. But the rules allow me to lie to you in some ways. If you are drunk or poisoned, you will not know it. Your ability will malfunction. Any information that you get may be incorrect, and any effect of your ability will not happen. but I will pretend to you that it is working. I apologize in advance. So, to keep things simple, remember 4 things. Number 1, you can say whatever you want at any time. This is a talking game. You can talk with a group, or you can ask someone to join you somewhere for a private conversation. In a minute, we'll have buildings around town. And if you enter a building and you hear the rain soften, you hear a door open, basically whatever you say will be restricted to that area. Number 2, keep all communication within the game world. It's in the spirit of the game to see who people are interacting with. So no private messages, no reading Twitch streams, anything like that. Number 3, ask me anything you need. If you have a question about how the game works, what you should be doing, have any issues at all, please just yell at me, yell at Rito or whatever, and I can take you to a private place to talk. I can give strategy advice, whatever you need. And number 4, play nice. This is a game about deception and trickery, so please treat others with respect and consideration. Kill with grace and die with dignity. And yeah, this is the game. The first rule is to have fun, but the second rule is to win.
Yep, I like winning. I play to win.
Startled awake by a blood-curdling scream at the stroke of midnight, you emerge from your home, only to find your dear storyteller impaled on the hands of the clock tower high above, blood dripping onto the dishevelled cobblestones below. The demon
Burrito?
has again returned to this accursed
We didn't get pulled
village,
into the upside.
murdering by night, disguised in human form by
I
day,
don't know why, but
with
just
the
click it.
intent to butcher every last soul.
There we go. That was the intro, and then we should be getting teleported out to our private room in a second that will let us know who we are and what our ability is going to be.
Right now they're setting up the board, so
Yeah, so one of the things that the storytellers have that you guys can't see because, well, that would be cheating, is up here. We actually have a board where we're setting up all of the different roles for what everyone is.
Yep.
And then deciding, like, for certain roles, like some of the roles, you'll start off with information, and we get to pick like what information we're going to be giving them. So like one of the characters is called the washerwoman. The washerwoman starts the game knowing that one of 2 particular people are a specific townsfolk. So you can use that to kind of, ask them questions and find out if one of them wants to admit to being that. And it is something that takes a little bit to go through and set everything up to make sure everything looks good and is balanced. I mean, we have things set up to set up some randomized roles just to make it easy to get started, or maybe you have an idea of like what kind of a game you want to run with your friends, and like, I want this person to be a specific role. And the fun thing is, depending on like what some of the evil characters can do, what we set up may not actually be what happens. One of the things that can happen is one of the evil characters is the poisoner. If poisoner poisons someone who gets information on the first night, and only the first night, their information is going to be wrong. So there's a lot of interesting things that can happen trying to figure out like what information you can trust, what information you can't trust. Let's see. We can, Arita will probably go over this in the morning as well. One of the things that we generally do, or is kind of like a recommended thing, is you don't necessarily want to just come out and say, I'm this character. You'll probably want to, try and bluff that information. A common thing that people use is give what's called like a soft confirm of your role. Like you might say that I'm possibly this character, or this character. So you might say I'm the soldier, the saint, or the fortune teller, and that way you're not saying specifically what your character is, but you're giving a list of characters that people could choose from. Or you might say, I am an outsider, or I am a townsfolk. The difference between outsiders and townsfolk are still considered good players, or good players. But the outsiders, their abilities that they get don't actually help the town. They're actually a detriment. So, for example, in the game that we're going to be playing today, we're going to be playing the Trouble Brewing script, which one of the outsiders is the saint. And the deal with the saint is, if the town executes the saint at an evening nomination, good loses because they executed the saint. So yeah, there's Arita was talking about, some players may want to lie or not say anything about what their character is, because there are certain characters that are certainly a target. An example of that would be like the monk. The monk can choose a player at night and protect someone. They would protect that person from being killed by the demon at night. Now, if the evil team finds out about that, they're going to want to take the monk out because the monk's going to mess them up. Similarly, there are roles that start with information, and then there are also some roles that learn more information as the game goes on. And similarly, if you're a character that gets information as the game goes on, you may not want to let that be known, again, because you'll probably end up being a target. So there's a lot of strategy involved with trying to get a feel for if someone is actually telling the truth and that they're a good person, and then, deciding, I'm going to trust you. I'm going to spill my guts. I'm going to tell you all of my information and say what that is. Now, if you do that and you get killed, that's actually that can also be an indicator of, you trusted this person, maybe you shouldn't have. So there's a lot of, in addition to just the information that you get from the roles, there's a lot of stuff that you can infer based off of, how things play out over the days.
Sometimes dying can give you more information than you can get
Why
otherwise.
is my phone going off?
Yeah, but
Some
also
roles only
keep
give
keeping some people alive though during, if we don't want to out somebody out, that's also good too, because then that means less that the demon can kill, because the demon can only kill one person a night.
Each night. Yep.
Yep.
In this script. So
Yes.
So right now, like I say, we're going to be playing this script that's called Trouble Brewing. And if people are curious about the game itself, you can go to Blood on the Clock. I think it's bloodontheclocktower.com. Yes. And they have a wiki there with all kinds of information about all the characters that are available in the different standard, what are referred to as scripts. So the 3 standard scripts are Trouble Brewing, Bad Moon Rising, and Sects and Violets. It's really hard to say that and actually say it correctly. And we had the game actually set up so that you can load in different editions of the game to be able to play it in here, so to be able to swap the characters out really easy. As well as we're still working on an easy way to set it up, but it also makes it pretty easy if you want to make a custom script. So let's say you want to mix characters from the different editions, you can absolutely do that. It's just you just have to build a cartridge with it.
Yeah, like Space Gator in chat is saying, thankfully this is Trouble Brewing and not next level. It gets indefinitely harder. Yeah.
Oh, we did our first playthrough of the Sects and Violets script the other day, or actually yesterday.
Yep. That
The-
was crazy.
It's a lot of fun.
As a game mechanic, Trouble Brewing is set up to be kind of like more of the introductory script. There's the full complement of townsfolk, outsiders, and possible minions, but there's only one possible demon, and that is the imp. In the other scripts, there could be one of 4 demons in play. So part of the strategy there is figuring out what demon you're dealing with, because those demons have they kind of have more of an offensive capability during the day.
The storytellers are ready, so.
Okay, so I can go ahead and wrap up, and then you will all be brought down to your humble little cabin abodes.
Yep, you'll be in your own individual room. Also, it's mindful, try to not use voice as much as possible, because you will be teleported up to do your role for that night.
Yes.
So
Yes, we it's not implemented yet. We do plan on having some kind of a warning when you're about to get teleported up to speak to the storytellers. It's just not in quite yet. So, and unfortunately, we're not going to be listening for whether you're talking. So, yeah.
That could give away that you are being, given information because you suddenly get cut off in the sentence.
Yeah.
yeah, so when you're in the
Yeah.
room and you know your role, just watch a YouTube video or something like that when you got your screen.
Yeah.
I mean, you could still chat, just
Yeah, a little bit.
yeah,
Control.
little sentences.
But yeah, that particular feature is literally like one of the next things up to get added.
in the little rooms we're about to be put in, there's going to be the list of all of the roles that's on the script too, so you can spend the time looking that over, as well as the rules and everything else that are.
And the name of this world, Madtor, is Ravenswood.
And there will also be on the wall, there will be a circle indicator for what your role is. So even if you're a role that doesn't need to be brought up at night, you'll be able to look at the wall. There'll be a giant thing that says what your role is. It'll be to the up and to the left of the full like character role sheet. If you end up in someone else's room, that's fine because they won't be able to see that. If you do want to make it go away for any reason, you can just click on it and it'll go away.
Yeah, if you're streaming and you only don't want it to show every time you're up there, you can click it and it'll disappear.
Also for you three, I think chat's in love with you guys because they're all saying gives you all boops and whatnot because they're happy that they're seeing 3 kobolds.
We need a trench coat for 3 kobolds in a trench coat.
Yeah. They're saying koboots. Koboots. Yeah.
What happens if you put 3 kobolds in a room? What happens?
Shenanigans.
Terrible.
Well, they're in a room right now. What are you talking about? Your shenanigans are about to happen right now. Okay, let's see what role we are. Just look on the wall behind you guys to see what role you are. Ah, okay. That's what I am.
Role. Remember not to talk too much or it might.
Yeah, don't say what your role is, otherwise you're gonna give it away.
Yeah.
So chat, if you can read that, that's what mine's gonna be.
Exactly. Yeah.
See what you did there.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah.
What does it mean if my icon's red?
Oh my god.
We know what to do now.
Boy, you know how to play this game. I already know that you're joking around. Hush up. But yeah, you guys can read the list here on chat. Just so you can see everything. I don't know if you guys can read that pretty well. I don't know if the text is too small.
Wait, somebody has a dagger?
Roma's throwing his knives again.
Dang it, Roma.
Roma behave.
If someone gets stabbed, we know who did it.
I think my arm's good. Can I have a knife? I think I can wait, I don't know if you can see my hand or not.
Just for the sakes of it, I will read out the rules and regulations of Ravenswood Bluff. Oh my god, wait, actually, no, now it scrolls. I didn't realize it scrolled so much. Ah!
Ooh, that's
actually,
nice.
I could read everything here.
I'd just be careful, because if you get cut off mid-sentence, we know you... Well, actually, almost everyone gets brought up for some reason in the first night.
Especially new players, because they're probably going to have questions.
Even if you don't have an ability.
Yeah.
Let's see, we have a full 12 people, so we should have 7 townsfolk, 2 outsiders, 2 minions, and 1 demon. Unless the role changes that. Like the Baron.
Yep, that's true, Delta, and currently we have the maximum of 12 players right now. Got 12 people playing with us. And this is kind of like the slow part, you guys, so don't worry, but right when we get into the actual game, it'll go by pretty quickly.
Once people are used to the gameplay.
Yeah. Plus, this first night takes extra time just for... A lot of people will have information tonight, but they won't have information the following nights.
True.
Good morning.
Yeah, the rooms are a little bit small. I feel claustrophobic.
Pretty sure if, like, I tried to put my arm through one of the walls, someone could see my hand, but nobody said anything yet.
There is spaces between them.
Dang it.
If you have a really long
Well,
tail,
time to, I'm one of those streamers inside the small streamer room. Hey, guys.
Yeah, I'm blue. Why is it blue?
Somebody has a light source.
Oh, no.
Turn out the light, we're trying to sleep.
This is not the timeout room.
One thing you might do if you are interested in going on the wiki and just looking up your role, there are some like
My head is
kinda
good.
quick
What do you
tips at the bottom of the wiki that give you some ideas what you might do. Just a possibility.
Being this dark is gonna like.
I like the addition of footsteps.
No, I'm not bored at all right now because I'm talking with you guys in chat. I don't think it's the makeout room either. Who am I gonna make out with? The wall?
Sheesh.
Here, let me just kiss this poster. There you go.
This is
Phantom,
like
thank you for the
7 minutes
follow.
in heaven in the weirdest sort.
Yuzu, thank you for the follow as well. Welcome to the official Neos channel where we are playing Ravenswood Bluff, which is a game, an unofficial game that's similar to Blood on the Clock Tower.
Made in Neos.
Yep, made in Neos. We're in Neos VR right now.
Neos.
Wait,
Just throwing this out there, guys. We only stream Neos VR.
Did you guys so you guys accounted for the headbutt thing, right?
The headbutt?
I'll say later.
Nope, no
Or just use
Minecraft.
Box colliders.
Yeah, but I know you can still kind of like break it if you're not. If you make
And no, this is not a
Oh, it's
Fortnite channel.
Hmm. I don't know then.
You guys are silly.
Oh.
Hmm.
Doing great, Aaron. As well as you guys, if you can see on this list, if there's anything that you see, tell me, chat, which would you want to be? Out of the townsfolks, outsiders, minions, and demons, which role would you want? Leave it up there, right there, so you guys can see it.
Seeker.
Okay, so we both got for virgins. Okay, double virgin it up. Okay. I don't know why you guys would want to be a virgin though. It's really not that great of a rule. And Matador, that is a horrible idea because we would get copywritten very quickly. Or they would probably just do a cease and desist if we had Yu-Gi-Oh in here.
Yeah, Konami's yeah.
They're special.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
All you have to
DMCA.
do is invoke Metal Gear Solid, and everyone will know.
YMCA.
Some of the role names are really interesting.
Indeed.
Like Wash.
Is YMCA DMC Dade?
Nah, I don't.
Well, just saying, won't.
I think that might be public domain.
Just sing DMCA in the tune of YMCA. DMCA. Talking about that DMCA.
I'm honestly surprised somebody hasn't
I came
made that
back
like
over to time there.
like a joke song, honestly.
Where your content's restricted and you can't say what's really on your mind every day.
Nope, it is not. Okay.
Hey, we're talking about the DMCA.
Sounds like a Weird Al.
Can't play the
song
music
now.
that you want today.
You stabbed me.
Young man, you were trying to stream. I said, young man, we can hear what you think. We can hear your stream.
Thank you for taking. Why has this not been made into an actual YouTube video yet? Or somebody just making like yeah.
Play this song.
Dun 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 dun.
Are you a magician? Are you trying to stab the box with knives?
It's fun to get DMCA'd.
It is not fun.
Me run around in a circle and everybody else.
There is a DMC song with the with his parody of YMC. Really? Oh well then.
For a while in your cabin, you Stuff happens. Oh, there's a laser. Oh.
What happens in the cabin stays in the cabins.
Shenanigans.
Wait, will this one disappear then?
Now here's the real question: if I played that song here on stream, is that going to get DMCA'd? The joke DMCA song? That's the real question.
It's very possible.
Even though it's under parody, unfortunately.
Yep. I think the only way
What
you
a
can actually
strange
get away
world we
with
live
it is
in.
if you were,
What a
like,
very strange world that we
reviewing
live
it.
in. And that's also a little bit ironic. Just throwing that out there.
Hey, what?
With knives.
Not mine.
I almost got butt stabbed.
Hey, did anybody end up in a house together?
Oh, I had that happen the other day.
No.
That's a PlayStation issue.
Yeah, if someone ends up in someone else's cabin, that means you weren't at the center of your play space when you got teleported, so you went through the wall.
A knife.
A knife. This ain't a knife. This is a knife.
Wait, Dante.
Oh,
can you
hey,
speak
go
again?
get the knife out of here. What are you doing? Sure.
Okay, I'm trying to like guess where your voice
There
is
you
and
go,
give
you
you the
have
knife.
one.
Wait.
Oh, thanks. Here, I'll throw this knife.
Is it Veer throwing knives? Who's throwing knives?
It's Chroma.
There we go.
But
Chroma, okay.
I'm just spreading the goods, okay?
Heart rate
Actually, wait, I
monitor.
can just do this. There you go. Don't take the knife.
Loco row.
Everyone's just
Loco
playing knifey
Roo.
fingers here.
Giant space knife.
There's a knife in my.
I
Is
saw
this
it in the
laser?
house. Yep, I got it.
I have it.
Yeah, I lost my heart rate monitor behind my bed,
If you break
and
the
I'd
game,
rather
Mario's
not.
gonna cry, and I'm gonna laugh.
Chroma, what are you doing?
Yeah, don't break stuff, you guys, please. Let patience be thy virtue.
Get out of this room.
Stop whining, Chroma. Let me out.
But I hope you guys are having an amazing Friday so far, or Saturday, depending on where you're at in the world.
Yeah.
Ow.
Here.
Do you guys got any plans for the month?
I'm gonna return your knife to you.
Any plans in chat?
Ow.
Sunday here. How is a Sunday for you? What are you even talking about?
Oh, I had a cursed idea just now.
It's kind of like C.
Uh-oh.
Your plan is to make plans. Nice. What a great plan. It is not Tuesday there, Brad. We all know it's not Tuesday anywhere in the world.
It was Wednesday 2 days ago.
Oh my gosh.
Tuesday.
My dudes.
Wednesday, my dude. Okay.
Blue Boy says, MMC, I've been doing MMC for 10 days straight. I'm seeing in polys. I've always been seeing in polys.
Just need a minute.
Have you
Matador says, I invented Time Machine inside Neos. You invented Time Machine. Sounds good to me. Let's go back in time.
Hello. Would you like a knife?
In the room, or...
Yes.
Yep. Hey, if it wasn't Friday, we wouldn't be streaming right now, Loco Row.
Here, have a knife.
Oh no, don't get Fruxy. It's the knife. We know what happens when he gets knives.
Skywind says, probably work on my MMC submission and help others if they need it. Very kind of you, Sky.
Oh. I can see the
Brad says, I've been building a railgun to become the supreme leader of the universe. Good luck with that.
Gonna make this really big and then throw it. Oh,
What are you guys doing? Stop it. It's time to stop.
It's gone now.
There's different colliders in here for the.
It's Saturday where Frox
things,
is, so it's Saturday in Neos. Yep.
I thought I thought it wasn't implemented yet. We could just all hear each other.
Oh, well, let me give you a boot back. Here you go.
The sun ascends once more on this ill-fated bluff. Shuffling fearfully from behind soundly bolted doors, you gather around the bespoiled clock tower. Will you have the means to unravel this puzzle and bring the storyteller's killer to justice? Or will the demon and their ilk sow suspicion and confusion to extinguish all? The hunt is on.
Hello.
And the game has begun.
Wait.
I do hope your time in town is pleasant.
All right. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves.
Yep. The games have begun. Oh yes.
Where do you want to go?
Okay,
I
well,
got who
first
killed
off,
me.
I want the 3 kobolds. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I can talk to one of the kobolds. I can talk to one of them now.
Only you can avenge me, Turk.
Wait, what about everyone else?
Oh, okay, they can help too.
It's up to you.
Okay, so who wants to talk in the well with me? Who wants to talk in the well? Whee! Yeah, this is the perfect place to be. Hello, Delta. Hello, Yumi. Hello. Hello, Yumi.
Hello, Nick.
Hello. Hello, Fox. Okay, well, I figured this would be a good spot to discuss out maybe possible of me getting it to trust you, because there's only, how many demons and minions do we have for this game?
With a 12
Go ahead.
with a 12-player game, there's going to be 2 minions and 1 demon.
2 minions and 1 demon. Okay, so that isn't too bad. I think that we can, like, wean it out. So right off the bat, are you saying you're good? Are you decent?
2 minions, 1 demon.
2
Right?
minions,
Yeah.
1 demon.
2 minions, 1 demon, not 2 demons, 1 minion.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So yeah, I'm sorry. Repeat your question. I apologize. I didn't mean to
So,
interrupt you.
you're you're saying that you're good right now so far, right? You're good.
I am willing to say that I am an outsider.
Okay.
And I am okay with dying earlier than later. So if the town needs someone to kill, I am happy to put myself on the chopping block for that.
I will say as well for me too, just because my role isn't really that amazing. Like, sure, I can get information from my role,
Yeah.
and I would be a townsfolk, but I wouldn't say that's like detrimental.
Okay.
But
'Cause,
you
like,
know,
now,
I
do-
think I have pretty good standing with you so far.
Okay. Now, do you mind sharing, one of, do you want to do like a 3 roll swap? I could tell you 3 rolls I am. You could
Sure,
tell
let's go
me
instead of
3
another room
rolls
so I
you
can actually
busted.
look at the list.
Well.
Well. Would you like to come
What
with
do
us
we
to
have
Ren?
here?
Here, come over inside
Sure.
this room. Oh wait, never mind. Not
nope,
this one.
Turk's
Let's go in this one. To the bar. Let's get drunk.
Oh, Nurk's got me. Or Nurk.
Cool.
Where's the word?
Where's Yumi as well? I think I want Yumi inside. You coming, Yumi?
Oh,
over here.
Umi,
I got lost.
Okay.
Magic goat as well.
Sure, why not?
the
We'll even
kobolds.
we'll even get Chrome in
Party in
here.
the
Why not?
tavern.
Yeah, party it up. So you want me to pick between 3 different roles, and you want one of them for me to be real, right?
Yeah, I
That's
can
one
give you a
strategy.
demonstration if you like. So I'm gonna claim, like I already gave you some information I'm not going to give everyone here.
Yes.
But 3 roles that I could be are either the soldier, the recluse, or the butler.
Okay.
So I am one of those 3 roles.
Okay. I would say for my 3 would either be a chef, a monk, or a undertaker. Or, yeah.
Okay.
All very, very good roles to have.
Yeah, all very good roles.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you were the chef, you would have some information by now. So is that information you would be interested in sharing, or is that information you're going to keep private? If you were the chef.
Yeah, if I was chef. I will keep private for night 1. I will keep my information, just to see night 2 out. I think that I can probably provide something a little bit extra to the people that trust. Again,
Probably
there
a
might
good
be a naughty one here. Usually it's you.
Never trust the kobolds. Just saying.
That's speciesist.
What
Yeah,
about you?
Bong saying the cute bolds.
So I will neither confirm nor deny if I'm an outsider, but
All I want to know
will
is
say
what you
that
say.
I
Are you an outsider or a
not-
townsfolk?
Well, I'll do a little bit more than that. I'll say I don't start with information that's not like in the first night or first run.
Okay.
And that'll help you suss out some of it.
Okay. I can respect that one.
More information to
You
come.
come here, Fox.
But you're not
Come here.
saying whether or not you're
Belly
a
rubs.
villager or
Belly
outsider.
rubs.
correct?
Actually, for the time
Ren.
being.
Could I
Fine.
speak
Let's
to you
give you
very
dollars.
briefly, privately, and then I'm gonna run off to try to get talk to some more people.
Cool. I think
It's
we've
probably. Oh, yeah.
established our conversation. I believe that I think I already know what you are, based on what you told me beforehand. And
Okay. Yeah, then tell you what. I will confirm that with you tomorrow,
yes,
and maybe you can tell me a little bit more information about you tomorrow in return too.
yes.
If I'm still alive, so.
I think you will be.
Okay.
I'm confident.
All right, let's go talk to. Oh, actually, Dante's here. Why don't I step out and you can speak?
Yeah, here I'll talk with Dante. We'll be one
I'll
on
see you
one
in a bit.
one-on-one convo with Dante. Okay, Dante. I know. Aw. Alright, so would you like to divulge any information on night one, or would you like to keep it private?
Well, it's really early.
It is. I mean, you could
Why,
say
do you have
even
any kind of special information tonight?
tonight. I don't have the special information, but my role does involve information in one of the nights.
In one night?
No, in multiple nights. Every night, I would have a form of information, but that would be what my role would pertain to. But yeah, I would be a townsfolk, and that's all that I can say, at least for right now.
Oh, secretive.
Mm-hmm. At least for night one. Gotta be secretive for night one. I could have a really bad informational role.
Well, I know you're not like the librarian. You'd be wanting me to come in and read some books or something. You'd be advertising that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's very curious. It's a very, very nice day outside right now. It's very rainy.
Yep. Are you not gonna give any info?
Know anything?
You don't know anything? Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Pretty sus. No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe not.
Yeah,
You
true.
might not have information.
Yeah, that's true as well.
Maybe you're the one that's sus and he doesn't want to share with you.
Yeah, that could be true. That could be true. I am pretty intimidating. Rar. Okay, let's see where other peeps are at.
So one of the things that we do have set up in this world is anywhere where we have one of the talk areas, we have a number that'll show above it. So some of these buildings are set up so that you can be back around the corner where people can't see you. So we have the numbers up there. So if you're going up to a building, even if you can't see someone, you'll be able to know if there's someone in there. Because when people are having a private conversation, it's good to not just barge in all the time. So yeah, what we tend to do is like get at the door and like kind of get their attention, and then they might be like, yeah, come on in, and yeah.
True, which is why I'll go like knock, 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 knock. But I want to see who's in the church. I think Ren's in the church. I've already talked with Ren. They're talking with Veer and Frooks. Here, I'll knock, 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 knock. Knock, knock. Oh, thank you. Ooh, I'm here. Hello. Okay. So, are you guys? Take me to church.
Oh my god.
See, does he catch fire when I hold a cross to him?
It burns.
Hey, that's kind of sus. TBH.
What? I used to go to a Christian church many of my Sundays, and that was actual hell.
Twiddling your fingers.
So, do you guys have any info or information, or are you guys keeping quiet about that night one?
I haven't learned anything so far.
Yeah, I don't start with information.
No, not information. I'm meaning like as in your role. You want to share it?
Yeah, I've been telling everyone that I'm the soldier.
You're a soldier?
Like I said, I don't start off with info, so I'm pretty much learning as I go.
Okay, so That would mean that if he's telling the truth, it means that he's immune to being killed. But that is a really it is a really good role to bluff as, though, because he could be bluffing and he could actually be either a minion or a demon saying that. So, but who knows? He might be real about that. We'll have to usually plays something. What about you, Fruxy?
What?
You're like, what?
He's being secretive. He doesn't.
He's being secretive. Okay, he's a secretive Frux.
It's a little sus, to be honest.
Well, I will say that I am a townsfolk, and I am something that can provide information, but not on this night, only on every other night. But I can provide out information, though, at some point, possibly, if I don't die. Yeah.
Okay. He gives me some information.
Does anyone else in here want to share?
Git, do you have any?
No.
Canadian?
Bird's close for the first night.
That's pretty sus there, Canadian. Pretty sus, especially since you're looking like the undead.
Certainly is, but I think it's wise all the same.
Okay.
Yeah, it's true. It is wise.
I mean, I guess it is in the best interest here for me to say that I am an outsider.
Okay, you're an outsider. All right.
Yep.
Okay.
We have... How many outsiders do we have in play? Let me check on that real quick. Okay, so we got 2 in play.
I get it now.
So that's good to know.
Okay. All right.
Information such as that is what can wean out, you know, the good beans and the bad beans, right, Ren?
Ray's probably the bad bean.
Right.
What bad bean? Looks.
Are you suspicious? Are you acting saucy?
He does look a little bit sus. Look at that black and red.
I mean,
right, but it's cute though.
It's
adorable.
It's perfect for being evil, so of course.
Yeah. So Wraith, you
But
want to tell us anything?
look at that face. Look at that face, though.
He's got the dapper suit and everything. He's totally evil
I
villain.
will tell you the one thing that I told Ren. I'm not an outsider.
You're not an outsider. That really doesn't tell us much.
Exactly.
I mean, you could either be good or bad at that point. Like.
Yep.
Hey, well, at least he's not saying that he is an outsider, because then that would have been 3 people already that claimed to me that they were us. Because right now, it's so far Ren has claimed it, and then somebody else was claiming that they were an outsider. So we'll see if there's you know, at least he didn't say that he was an outsider.
Now,
then that would have been very
sus. If we end up with 3 hard claimed outsiders, then we may actually have a Baron in play.
That could
Baron
be the...
adds 2 outsiders to the game.
That's true as well.
They're a minion that adds 2.
Can there be multiple of like?
There can't be 2 of the same roles. So
yeah,
if 2 people are claiming the same role, one of them's lying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is that information will come out.
Of this world, on the notice board out there, there's a thing that'll say how many townsfolk, outsiders, minions, and demons are in play. The outsiders will say the normal amount of outsiders that a game of this size would normally have. So, like Ren said, that there could be like a Baron in play. The Baron does add more outsiders to the game, but that would not be reflected on that, because that would be giving away.
Yep, that's just the starting information. If a Baron's in play, it adds to that. It would add 2 outsiders, so there'd be 3 outsiders in play instead of 1.
Okay.
Yep. Very true.
Well,
Wraith offers deals for boops and hugs. Says Seeker. And there they go. Nobody wants to stay in church with me. I see how it is. Except for Aegis. Hello, Aegis. Would you like to give any info on night 1?
Okay.
So that's a warning. That's
the.
Okay.
warning.
I was like, what? Is it already over?
Nope. But soon.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of go like the 3 roles to kind of make it still vague, but also kind of
okay.
If you guys feel that you've shared enough for today, you can come back to Town Square. But if you still want to have some more conversations, feel free.
Okay. Either the empath, the soldier, or undertaker.
Okay. That gives me a realm of information to dilute from based on what other people said, but I have a feeling you're either at this point possibly the empath or the Undertaker. Just from what other information, but then again, they could have been lying. But yeah, okay, so that's who you're claiming to be. Me, I'm just saying, I'm a townsfolk. I'm just going into that kind of realm. I'm a townsfolk. So, at least for night 1, because I want to at least have one night where I'm
That
alive.
makes 2 of us then.
Yes. So, you and me, we got each other's back. We always have. I hope you're not lying.
This place is larger than I thought.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? There's and this is all these models and assets were made from scratch, as well.
Yeah.
They did a pretty good job, including with this nice stained glass window. There's even a barn area over here, if you check out. We should talk into there next night in the graveyard. That's the graveyard area, actually, not the barn.
I've been there. Have you been to the lakeside or seaside?
Yeah. There's also armor smith. Let's go to the lake.
Gone down here.
I actually haven't. Well, you can go all the way down here. You can go all the way down here. You can get extra secretive. Extra secret. This is like you.
There's people already down here. Nope.
Wow, look at this. This is extra secretive.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go down there.
Yeah, too secretive. There should be some stuff down there where you can like hide out though. That would be smart. Yes. Don't fall off the edge. The rain is really calming the footsteps. So secretive that they'll never find your body. Yep. Okay, I'm back over here. Oh, Earthmark, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Everyone who got a gifted sub from Earthmark, give him big thanks. Thank you for that.
Earthmark, thank you.
Thank you.
Earthmark is the sub daddy.
He is the sub daddy.
I thought it was Snooper that was sub daddy.
I'll have whoever has the most for the day. Cause then like whoever has like the
Snooper actually with 610, Earthmark with 470.
Okay, so let me set up the special camera here.
It's just silly.
I do have the plaza spin. There we go. Can you guys try talking?
No, I don't want to talk.
Okay, well, it's coming out through the camera. That's good. So we're going to have the camera spinning around us once we get everybody here at the table to discuss things and see if we're going to execute someone. Probably, I would hope not, because it's night 1, but, you know.
Well, we have 12 players, so it's in our best interest to weed them out.
Bye!
Weedle.
Unless you want this game to be really long.
I mean, it's a 2-hour stream, but, yeah.
Well, we can go over 2 hours for the stream. We are, it's not set in stone.
While you guys are doing that, I'm just gonna go inside this house and use the restroom real quick.
That one game was like 4 hours long.
All right, let's have everyone back to town square.
Next is the drunk.
Oh, no.
Next is the drunk.
We found another outsider.
Oh.
He's been murdered.
Oh no.
Hold on.
Who did it?
Did we not? Couldn't someone just wrap something around him and drag him out?
I mean, yeah.
I think he's set up so that he's taking audio from the camera position. So we
But
could
yeah,
just
yeah,
hear him to the
Inside the
town.
audio zone, it's not working.
Oh, he can't hear us in here either because the camera's out there.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, we
Magic.
could just manually reparent him to the town square, or we could just in 3 seconds.
What are you guys doing over here? Thought you guys were gonna stay over there by the camera. The camera's not even over here.
It's okay. It's an intervention. We're all here to help you.
Yeah, we can.
Excuse me, but my drinking problem is not a problem. Okay, even though I'm saying it's a drinking problem is a problem. Okay, sheesh. You guys are ridiculous.
Now, the problem was, next, she'd gone into one of the isolated audio zones, so the camera wasn't picking up our audio.
Oh, true.
Yeah, you can't go into a room.
Well, sorry, I just had to use the restroom real quick. Don't mind me.
Dumb chicken.
All right.
Wow.
Did anyone
right
want to
off the
share
bat.
anything with the entire town?
Yep,
You
I
don't
do
have
not
to.
have a drinking problem. Thank you.
Next one's obviously the drunk.
You
That's
have
all
a
I got.
falling
You.
asleep after drinking problem.
I do like sleep. Sleep is
I
nice.
think Chroma's sus.
Chroma
He's
sus.
too quiet.
He has been throwing.
They are kind of sus. I even asked them
really
to
quiet.
divulge some information. They were like, "No, I'm Chroma. I throw stabs at you." That's what they do.
It's more so I just don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, well, you have your role. You should know your role. Do you at least know your role, Chroma?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Sus of everyone right now. I don't know what's race.
That's fair. Wow. I mean,
So-
Wraith does have the get up for it.
I'll kill you when you're
If-
not looking.
Here, I'll give you the
Wow.
crown. You can have the
That's
evil
pretty
crown.
that's pretty sus too, right?
The evil crown.
If all you guys want to share is daggers and not information, what I will do.
Nominations are
I
open.
will share a little bit of
Oh.
information with the town for the people I haven't spoken to yet. I have talked to at least 2 people who have claimed to be the outsider. So, unless there's
Also, could
another
you-
outsider among us, I don't think we have a baron.
Well,
True. Also, for main people, if there is anybody that wants to nominate, just be sure to go to shouts for stream's sake, so then they can hear you
Very
pretty
noise
well.
does
Okay.
plus too.
Well,
so
the
we would-
sign says there's 2 outsiders.
So we'd have 2 outsiders and a drunk. So we might be missing the third one because they don't know they're an outsider.
That's true.
That could be the case
Some
too.
information for the town. There's no reason everyone can't know this.
So,
But share it.
If that's the case, then there's high probability there's a baron in play. As
So-
minion.
That could be
once
the case
once
too,
each day, the town may execute a resident. I just called for nominations. You notice it gets dusk in here. And you can only nominate or be nominated once per day. If you would like to nominate someone, simply say aloud, "I nominate," and the player's name. I'll make sure that I heard that correctly, and I'll ask for your reasoning, and then I'll ask for the player in question's defense. Then we'll go around the table, and everyone will vote whether or not to execute that player using the voting buttons that'll pop up around the fire. When I basically look at you and say your name, then your vote is pretty much locked in place. Leave it alone. You can vote for as few or as many players as you wish, and whoever has the most votes will be executed. But the person at least needs 50% of the living players, or the vote will fail. If a tie happens, no one will be executed. And if you die via execution, or you're killed at night, you're still a major part of the game. You still talk, you still sleep. And most importantly, you still win or lose with your team. You will, however, lose your ability and nomination privileges, and you will only have 1 vote for the rest of the game. Whether or not that vote succeeds or not, you just get 1 more click of that yes button.
Yep, as a ghost. Only as ghosts. If you're alive, though, you can do as many votes as you want.
Absolutely.
For sake of demonstration, I nominate Wraith.
Oh.
Okay, so we have a
so
demonstration
I'm hearing
on
this
Wraith.
correctly. Ren is nominating Wraith.
Yep.
I got him.
And your reasoning, Ren? Be sure to switch to shout too.
Ari, I got
I think
them.
I think doesn't it automatically go to shout now?
It does
Yes.
automatically go to shout. You do
Oh,
not
good.
have to You don't have to
Oh,
set up
good.
shout manually.
That's
sweet.
new.
So, Ren nominates Wraith.
I already got them.
Yep, you already got it.
And Ren, what is your reasoning?
So my ultimate prosecution is he's got the dark dapper and the evil British accent. He's got to be evil.
Wow. Well,
All right.
Yeah.
Compelling.
Chrome was like, I'm sold.
Wraith, what is your defense?
Well, my defense is the fact that, you know, as I say, I have given the truth out, what I'm not, and that's all I'm going to say on this.
Okay.
A little sus there.
So now we're going to go around. We're going to start with Dante. So, Dante, that is a no. Yeah, but as soon as I get to you, your vote's locked in. So, Veer is a no. Umi, no. Ren, yes. Magic, no. Brooks, no. Next, no. Canadian, no. Turk, no. Chroma, yes. Aegis, no. And Wraith is not voting for themselves. So that's only 2 votes. We would need a total of 6 votes.
I
Yep.
have a nomination.
And that's how it works.
Okay. Umi.
Umi would like to nominate Umi.
Umi is nominating Umi.
So, in my accusation, I am the recluse. If there's anybody with an ability at the table that does a check on me on whether or not I'm evil or not, there's a good chance I will come up as evil. One of the only ways for me to clear my name is hopefully there is an Undertaker somewhere in this game. And if I die by execution tonight, that Undertaker could then verify my role accurately tomorrow. So since I don't have any further abilities and I don't give anything to the good team, I am willing to die to give some information to the good team tonight. There's also some other roles that will proc to that. In my defense, I'm a kobold.
Okay.
Are you saying we're disposable?
We're going to do the
Yeah,
Ren.
I'll vote for that one because what they
Goat.
say makes sense.
Ren, yes. Goat, yes.
go ahead.
Brooks, yes. Next, yes.
I think it's unanimous.
Yes. Wow.
So-
You
It's
like
unanimous.
yeah.
So listen,
We love you so much that we're willing to kill you.
in the interest of time, I'm going to go ahead and say that we're probably not going to get more votes than that. So, the town executes Umi,
Oh,
and the game continues.
It is time to sleep.
perfect timing, lightning.
It's still there.
Okay, so now you guys see kind of like what this game is sort of about so far.
And once again, Umi makes a power move.
I know the cute kobold died, but that's okay because they did it to provide a good wealth of information.
Okay, let's go.
It's outside.
Well, yeah. Ooh, I like that skybox. That's nice. Very nice. Meanwhile, Chroma contemplating until he gets out of jail.
Hey, it's just you and me, guys. You and me. Yes, my big green eyes. I'll blink my big green eyes at you. Flutter.
UTC gets back to me on I need no cable.
Also, you can check out my pupil dilation. Watch, I'll make my look at Google Chrome on white backdrop. There we go. Ah, my eyes. Hey, Sard, thank you for that tier 1 subscription. Yep, that's tracking my actual eye dilation. The eye tracking is pretty advanced. That's why it costs $300 more.
I want an add-on for the index that gives me eye tracking.
Hey, just wait for Index 2. I'm sure it'll come with it. Or at least an add-on. I pray that they do eye tracking.
And make it into a standalone or wireless setup, and then also give eye tracking.
I really do think it's going to use brand new lenses, it's going to have it being wireless, and it's going to have the eye tracking, and it's going to have, like, a very good display. That's what I can imagine with it. I don't know about a new controller, though. It would be great if they did a new controller.
They really just need to. They need to keep the same design of the controllers. They just need to beef them up in the durability standpoint.
Yeah,
Better
definitely.
sticks.
Just spend like $5 extra on material cost for the joysticks, and then we'll be good.
That or they make a modular and people can just like repair stuff easy on the fly.
I don't know if Valve has the infrastructure to necessarily do like the parts like that, but it would be a good idea.
I mean, it'll be easier since there's still like the chip shortage.
True.
In Loco-Ru, I actually didn't use duct tape, I used electrical tape on my controller, and it's been working like a charm. I don't even notice it because the electrical tape is so thin, but it keeps the plastic piece in place, sorry.
Wait, what did he break?
I broke my trigger because I kept pressing it too much.
Oh, gotcha.
And then the plastic piece just fell off, so then I used electrical tape to keep it in place, which works very well.
Getting too trigger happy over there.
No, the electrical tape is perfect. I love electrical tape. Electrical tape is the best thing to use for your headset. Duct tape is too powerful, I feel like. Electrical tape is what it was made for. You just wrap it around and it stays sticky.
I use this in my life.
I'm still waiting for HTC to get back to me on my cable. I don't have eye tracking now.
Knife. Oh,
What?
the picture
It's so
outside
low,
doesn't.
Next to each other.
Whoa. I'm gonna leave this knife here. I will pray to the knife, for it shall bring me power and
Praise be the knife.
Praise be.
Praise be.
Also, I wouldn't want to take it off Seeker. I understand what you're meaning with your question now. I wouldn't want to take it off anyways, and if it does leave residue, who cares? I mean, the controller's broken anyways. It's better than me having to It's better than me having to not get an RMA because I'm already well past my RMA processing. Which, I will say, shout out to Steam. They have some of the best customer service I had ever had in my life because they actually did replace my controllers and my headset even when I was past my time of me being under the RMA process. So they actually did it after when my RMA was done. So hats off to them for that one.
The other nice thing is
Really
you can
great
finally
company.
buy the controllers individually, so you can buy just the side that broke.
True, yeah. And Seeker, if you used VR the way that I use VR, they'll get worn out. Because I am in VR for 10 to 12 hours a day, so... Yeah.
There's a sharp thing coming through my wall.
Butt stabs.
No stabbing the butt. What did I tell you guys? This is a safe for work stream. No stabbing butts.
Just let it happen.
Oh no, we're not doing those jokes either. It's time to stop. Talk about, like, cupcakes and unicorns and glitter fairies. There you go. Those are your options to talk about.
But unicorn stab too.
Oh my gosh. Now I'm just imagining somebody getting impaled by a unicorn. Fun.
You're welcome.
And technically, Space Gator, I am an uncle. I do have a niece, so I can be called Uncle Nex. Yep.
Oh no. Just have to like lean back against the far wall and hope not to get stabbed.
Okay, now we're going too far.
Is there a knife in your room next?
Of course there's a knife in my room.
Oh, okay, cool.
The good thing I'm short. Jeez. No.
Yeet.
There's another one.
Ooh. You know what kind of really cool suggestion? Have notes that people can put in their cabins.
Congratulations, Space Gator.
There is a plan to have a notebook.
Congratulations.
Keep track of your stuff.
Yay.
But it's a feature that's it wasn't as important, so it's a little later in the thing.
It's all good. You guys were making this before MMC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've been like what, 2 months into this now?
Damn.
2 or 3, yeah.
What? You better share.
Hamburger.
Share burger.
Da burger.
Hold cobalt gently like hamburger.
Yep, I need some hydration. That was me pretending that I was being hydrated, but I didn't actually get hydrated. I don't think I have. I only have sparkling water.
What? Really?
Yeah.
I'd have to open up a fresh one, and I don't want to get like warm.
Okay, yay, potato party, let's go.
Oh.
Oh, there's like a little. Oh, what happened? Oh,
we're back.
Hello.
Who didn't make it?
Did somebody die?
Welcome back. You guys are probably curious if everyone made it through the night. Well, unfortunately, someone didn't. Wraith has died in the night.
Oh no.
Well,
master plan.
Well, rip.
Wait, can Umi and Wraith speak to us, or they just can gesture?
yeah, no, they can. No, they can talk.
Oh, okay, cool.
They can technically even help in the game, and they can still have a vote.
Yeah,
So-
you'll definitely want to talk to them to see
how
if
does
they
it feel?
know anything else.
I don't know.
Matter of fact,
Don't feel.
if you don't have plans, I want to talk to you.
I don't have
Do you want
plans,
to? So
but...
one thing I noticed. This is a town
Does
meeting,
anybody
real
else
quick.
want to talk to me first?
I guess
Oh,
we
wait.
don't really.
Matt the Goat's got
you-
something.
Okay, let me put
I'll talk
myself-
with you after you talk with Ren, Ruby.
Okay.
Wait,
Yumi.
I have a
Matt's
Just-
question
got an
before-
announcement.
I have a-
Just a
I have
quick
question
town
before we
meeting.
run
Okay.
this- Okay.
You wanna have a
Can
town
anybody
meeting?
tell us what Wraith's role is, since there's an Undertaker? I would
The
assume.
Undertaker would know who was executed, which would be my role. Wraith
The
just
problem-
died in the night.
The
My
problem is
bad.
if the
Misunderstood.
Undertaker says who they are, then the Undertaker is not going to last.
Yeah, so they might want to say that in private to someone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a private.
You want to share?
So as
No,
just
no,
a general town meeting thing, yesterday I noticed we were kind of in 2 big bunches. We're not going to be able to share information very well that way, so we should try to get into smaller groups if you want to try to talk. That way we can maybe share information without everyone knowing everything. Especially on the second night, I think it's a good idea. But
Yeah, you have a lot more information that crosses, so it's better to have smaller groups and cross-reference.
You know who I didn't talk to? I didn't talk to Turk yesterday.
So Umi,
Oh,
You want to go talk somewhere?
All right.
you want to go in the well?
Let's go in here.
Make it quick.
Oh, okay. Let's say the well's cool. That's fine.
I already know I'm not going to get information out of Frugs because he's going to be a silent being the whole game. So you're going to be the wild card. Yeah.
Biggest one. You're one I trust, so follow me.
Okay.
I'm.
Hello, Wraith and Aegis. You're fine to be here, Wraith.
Hello.
Because you got killed off by the demon, I would imagine. But we'll only keep our conversation for you guys to say it, but Taylor, for you to be here because you're not playing.
The demon's
So-
dead.
Don't trust Turk.
Don't trust Turk. Yeah, I know. Yeah, fair enough. That's be sure to clip that one. Anyways, so I will be aware because I trust you as well. I just same with Wraith. I am the Raven Keeper. So here's the thing: is even if I die, that's a good thing because I want to die right at when we get closer to the end.
Yeah.
Because if we can get closer to the end game and I can still stay alive during that time, then there's more chances of me figuring out who actually is the real one, and then we can save our vote for that. So just be sure to save your vote as it goes.
I'm the Undertaker. And
Here's
the
a-
person who died.
By the way,
Umi's the imp.
Oh, Umi was the imp.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a grandeur
That's
of
strange.
information.
Or at least I was told.
Yeah.
Well-
Wait, and then Yumi's right there. So be careful. Wait, so now
I'd have got-
you could have been poisoned though too.
That's
You have
why.
to think.
That's why I said that's what I was told. So yeah.
Oh wait, if you're telling me this, I have a perfect plan. I could actually have them kill me off by me telling Yumi that I am the Undertaker. So I could say that I'm the Undertaker right now.
Devious.
Yep. Yes, I know,
I
right?
like it.
So
Put it this way,
so
if-
that's the plan. So then we'll see, because if I die off next turn, then she's probably going to talk to whoever she's going to talk to kill me, because they might have killed themselves to pass off their legion. But if that's not the case and they were poisoned, that will make it off. So I'll say that I'm the Undertaker. Okay? So we'll play it like that. Okay, good.
If, by the way, if Ren had have got his vote through on me and he had been a townsfolk, he would have died.
Fair enough. Okay, so
Wait,
we're gonna play it like that. Let me. Okay, so I'm gonna talk with you, Yumi.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, yeah, let's go over here.
Huzzah!
So this is pretty hard because I don't want to say that you're a bad bean.
Because I'm a what?
I don't want to say that you're bad, but because I don't know if I'm right or if my information is wrong, at least on that.
Okay.
But it did label you as an imp.
So, if you take a look at the recluse, and this is the problem. Oh, maybe you're the Undertaker. I was worried about this because I didn't think
Yes,
about it. Yes,
I am the Undertaker.
You are
so-
the Undertaker?
Yeah.
Okay. So the recluse is you might register as evil and as a minion or demon, even if dead. So
True. And I guess it
know
wouldn't
that-
make, and I guess it wouldn't make too much sense if you kind of said that right off the bat and just passed it along, because obviously you want to
Yeah.
keep as many minions and imps
it
up
would be
as
really
possible in the
early
beginning.
for a star pass, which is what that, like when the imp kills themselves, that's a star pass. Plus, that can only be done at night.
True.
So if the imp's executed, they're dead. The 2 bits of information that I can share that I believe build a case that you can trust me on is that our game has 2 outsiders in it, and only 2 people have made claims to be outsider. I am one of those 2 people.
Okay, so then I probably
And
wasn't
then-
poison on that one, because if I'm registering at me picking you up as the imp, that obviously is
Yeah,
doing on from your
that
recluse
is
role. Okay.
Because I'm the recluse.
That-
Yeah.
True.
Because if
Okay.
I was the imp, there would be only 1 outsider, and that's not possible in our game.
Fair enough. That is true, and that is what you said previously. Okay, cool. So we got that. We got that side cleared. We're good.
I'm
We're
not.
good.
I would next. I would not share that you are the Undertaker with anyone else, probably.
Okay, yes.
Unless you really try.
No, I haven't. Like I said, I've only told you so far that I'm the
Okay,
Undertaker
yeah.
because I want to clear up on your side of being
Yeah.
imp. But then if you're what you say you were, which was the recluse, the recluse, right? Yeah, then that makes
Yeah.
sense. Okay,
Basically,
so
what I hi Canadian.
so just don't tell anyone else my role, and then we're good to
Yeah,
go.
no, that's totally fine. Yeah, I'll back
Okay,
you
cool.
up at some point if it's necessary. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Since
And
I
hello.
can
And
verify
hello.
you.
And Canadian, by the way, has said don't trust Turk. So I'm gonna we're gonna carry on with that. I'm sure at some point we will get our pitchforks, and that'll be fun.
It is a bit of a gamble, but I am 90% certain Turk is bad, and the people he's associating with right now are also. He's talking with Dante extensively this session, and if I had to guess, they're probably going into strategy.
True.
Okay.
True. Okay, I can respect that. I can respect what you're saying. I'll keep those 2 names in mind and see if they actually want to talk to me at all this game.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So what? I'm curious. What information makes you sus of both of them?
Here, wait. I'll be running around. Yeah, they're hidden. Yeah. Still reading along there, Chroma? Good on you. You haven't told anyone your role, yeah?
No.
Okay, good. Keep it that way.
Oh.
Keep it that way. No
Wait.
rules. Same with me.
Graves,
I'm gonna
since,
go
since
find
you're
some more
dead,
people
can
to
you
talk
tell
to.
us what you were? Okay.
Okay, go.
Yeah, you make me feel
Can I talk with you one-on-one, Ren?
all shiny and new.
Wait, what?
Can I talk with you one-on-one, and then I gotta talk with Aegis
Yeah.
one-on-one? Next time.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So here, come inside here.
What up?
Okay, just give me like 1 minute, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So, I would be the Undertaker right now, and I've picked up information on Yumi that they would be the imp, but that isn't the case because they would be the recluse, which would then register
So you might be
as
poisoned.
But no, what happens if my ability? No, I don't think I was poisoned though, because
No, if you're poisoned and you're the Undertaker, you would get the wrong information about Umi.
right. But Umi is saying that they're the imp though, which that's how they're supposed to be the demon, because it says if they were the recluse, you might register as evil as a minion
you're
or
right.
even as dead.
Yep, you're right. Yeah, you're right. So even when she's dead, so that's correct.
Yes. So what they were saying, it plays out, and they wouldn't, if they were actually the imp, they wouldn't kill themselves right off and then only keep 2 minions, because then that is like
right. Yeah, that does make sense. That's why I trusted her as the recluse, and I would be the only other outsider, unless you found someone else that's claiming an outsider, which I haven't yet. If you have, then that means that we have all 4 outsiders in play. Somebody's drunk, and they won't know that they're an outsider because there would be a Baron. But since we've only got 2 so far, we have
So wait, so
Umi and
you're
me.
claiming that you're an outsider?
Yes, I'm the Saint.
Cool.
I'm gonna come out and say
You're
I
the
was due
Saint.
by the second night, so you don't accidentally execute me. It's really stupid because
I have full trust
nobody
in you
believes me
so
as a
far,
Saint.
Yumi and Aegis right now, as for
Okay.
like my realm of trust.
Sure.
So
I don't know what Aegis is, but you don't have to share that.
I will kind of take it from what another townsfolk said to where at least I think Canadian Gate would be a townsfolk, but he said that Turk and Dante seem pretty.
Hi, Chroma.
Hello, Chroma. We're doing private convo. You can give me 30 seconds.
Okay,
Private
I
convo.
need to talk to Ren when you get.
Private convo. Shoot. Out.
Really
you
quick,
means.
Dante.
Out.
Yeah, we're doing a really quick private combo. Really quick.
Yes.
Okay.
Private
Well,
convo.
you waved me in, so.
Oh, no, he was waving him out.
I was only out. How'd you go? Okay. But yeah, so Dante and Turk may be on high suspicion just because they were talking amongst themselves and they've yet to talk to me yet and kind of like really tell me at least some interesting info, and they seem a little bit.
I don't have a card claim
subtle.
on either of them either.
Right.
Like,
So we'll just wait until we'll wait until next night, and then we'll kind of like hover about it, and then just be mindful. So. Yeah.
I'll share my info and strategy, and just in case they are town folk, I'll share my info and strategy with Dante. I haven't got a hard claim on Turk, but I have talked to him a little bit. So if you want to talk to him, okay, there he is.
Yes, here I'll talk with you, Turk. Here, come and say for you. Hello.
Yep.
So.
And then I'm on.
Yeah. Do you want to?
Yeah, I've already shared with Turk that I'm the Saint, so he already knows that. So you guys can talk.
Okay. Yeah. So, do you want to? Okay, so it's hard for me to say that you're not sus because somebody was saying that you're sus, but then that they might be wrong on that.
Everyone susses me no matter what, so at this point it's just like, doink.
Okay, well maybe I'm jumping to conclusion, but yeah, let's hear.
One thing I can tell you is Ren is definitely the Saint because he accused Wraith, but Wraith was the Virgin. If Ren wasn't the Saint, they would have died.
True. That makes sense. What you're saying right there makes sense for sure.
Yeah. How about you?
Okay.
Anything
so,
you can tell me?
Yes,
Hello.
Hello. You're a special being, but I just want to talk to Turk for it. Yes, I love you.
Okay. He's mine, dear.
Yes.
You can't have him.
Okay, so I will divulge some information to you. And it is an important role, which is why I want to try to like stay alive for the most part. But I would be the Undertaker right now.
Okay.
So I gain information, and I picked up that Yumi was an imp. But that's to what they. But but that's a good thing because they were claiming to be the recluse. Which the recluse can register or be picked up as an imp. So technically what they were saying was true. And I don't think that if they were the imp that they would pass it off to a minion so quickly in the beginning of the game. And they were kind of saying it like, so I'm pretty sure that they test out as that. So we still have 2 imps and, 1 imp and 2
minions.
Yeah, minions in place. So
we're still not sure if there might be a Baron because I definitely got some people claiming the multiple rules. I don't want to like suss them out yet, but like they definitely have gotten like multiple people saying similar stuff.
True, which is why it's good to. So, what would be your role right now? And I won't tell anyone else that your role. I'll keep it private, only to myself,
So
just
I
in
won't,
case.
I won't tell you the role, but I'll tell you three. But and
Okay,
a
okay,
tidbit.
okay. Tell me three.
My role is the one you want to keep alive, because either I am the mayor, the wait, what was the other two I told people? I'm trying to remember.
So you just tell me that you're the mayor.
No, there's two other ones.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember what I told people.
If you can't remember the other two.
No, I know.
Like meaning like so then that'd be the only one that you could remember.
That's fair. Well, I guess I'm the mayor. Yeah, no, so I'm the mayor. Basically, you don't want me to die.
Yeah. Okay. Let me. I actually don't even remember what the mayor does. Give me a second. Like, live and die. You care. Your team wins. You die at night. Another player might die instead. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But also, just in case anybody tries to claim other roles, because I was trying to remember what else I would always say, it would either be librarian or ravenkeeper.
If only 3 players live and no execution occur, your team wins.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this would be been important of a rule to like know at least like probably even night 1, just because it says if no executions occur. There are 3, and there's probably going to be execute. Then I think. Wait, do we have a story? Delta, do you know if somebody got executed night 1, that the mayor position would even?
I don't think the mayor would know.
What's the actual question you're trying to ask here?
I'm trying to ask. Does it still win? No. That's not what I'm asking. I'm saying if only 3 players are alive and no execution occurs, your team wins. Does that account only if there's no executions throughout the whole game?
That's on effectively the final day when there's 3 players left alive. The mayor has to be one of those and still alive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to kill me. Let me live, please. Please.
Fair enough. But again, that is it. If you die at the night, another player dies. Okay. We'll still have to wait and see out, because we'll have to figure things out, at least from what lines up. But what were you saying was your other 2 though that you wanted to say?
Librarian and ravenkeeper.
Okay. Fair enough.
Just in case anybody else decides to claim it.
Okay, cool. So let's talk about monks even more, so I can gain even more information, because there's some people that I have yet to even talk with, like Chroma, and Canadian Git for that matter too. Do the wave for them. Hello, Yenhergo Unhaidu. Cool, so I wanted to talk with Veer, and that's good. Me and Aegis already have our plan, because I'm in cahoots and kind of trust Aegis a lot, yeah.
The role that Veer is claiming could be trustworthy too.
Okay. Well, considering... So, you're saying a trustworthy role. What about you, Canadian?
I'm not telling you what role I am, but I have information.
Cool. We can use that.
Passed it on to you.
Yes, which I think is actually pretty useful information, because he might be pulling my leg. He's claiming right now to be the mayor, and that would be a really good bluff roll, because then it's kind of like getting close to the end game. And then if there's only 3 players in play and he was the last one to survive, then you could win. But then that could also be a really good imp roll to play too. But at any rate, let me just talk with just Veer and Aegis, because I want to disclose information. Okay, cool. Okay, so I've been claiming so far. Yumi's one makes sense for being it picked up, for the role, because right now I'm. So is it okay if I let Veer know your role?
Yeah.
Okay. So my actual role would be the Ravenkeeper, right?
Mm-hmm.
Aegis's role is the Undertaker. Now, our plan is, you know me as the Underkeeper, and he's the Ravenkeeper. Okay?
Wait,
so
the Undertaker?
Yeah. Claim me as the Undertaker. Why? Because if the person gets word that I actually am, then they kill me, and then I actually get the information that I need.
That could be a little confusing because,
Yes.
like,
That's
Yumi...
good. That's good. I know Yumi came up as a imp, right? But then they are actually a recluse, and they claimed that in night 1. So that makes sense.
I thought she claimed after she was killed that she was an Undertaker.
No, she claimed that she was the recluse right off the bat. Now, I claimed, to see if it plays out right, I had told Yumi and I told Ren, because they were the ones talking with each other, I told them that I was the Undertaker. So if they do kill me, good, that's fine, because I'm actually the Raven Keeper, right? So, I know it's confusing. I know it's confusing. Like, this is who
Deception,
I actually
that's
am.
what it is,
Yes,
to
yeah,
find
we're
the actual
deceiving.
deceivers.
Yeah, we're deceiving other deceivers right now. So that's the premise of the game. Now Now he actually is the real Undertaker, which I want him to stay alive. I want him to be alive as much as possible, because even as a ghost, I can still gain information from Aegis as to who actually died, what actually happened. But I think what he picked up on them being an imp makes sense, because they were claiming that they were the recluse, so that probably check out. But if it doesn't, they're going to target me immediately because I am the Undertaker. So they're going to come at me, and so that's the plan. Hello. I don't know if you're bad being or good being, though. So I can't say anymore until I talk with you one-on-one. You come to the bar. Here, but now you got the rundown. You guys can just... Come over here. Okay. Now let's party. Get on the table. Start dancing. No, just kidding. I'm joking. So, are you claiming out any of your roles? Or have you told anyone your role yet? You haven't told anyone your role yet?
No.
Okay. Do you want to tell me that?
Definitely not.
And why is that, Chroma? Why is that? Are you a naughty one? Are those knives you're throwing out is because you're really trying to kill people, or are you just playful throwing those rubber knives?
I've heard a few things about you, and I don't know if I fully trust it yet, so I'm not sure.
Well, I, for one, am a very trustworthy individual. That's all I can say. And my information is brand of importance, which I've already disclaimed out to a few individuals that I trust so far. You, I don't know about, though. You might be bad bean.
What, are you an Undertaker, huh?
Well, who told you something like that? Who told you that, Chroma? I don't know. See, this is how information divulges, so then I can calculate in my mind exactly who's bad and who's good. So, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. You don't know. I can't tell you because I don't know if you're a bad bean. I can't say anything. I could have been any one of the 3 that I told them, or told who. Yep. So.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, I wanted to ask someone something, but I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay. You talk to me tomorrow.
For you.
I really do want to talk to you tomorrow, Chroma. We'll see where the bean is. Hello. The plot thickens like oatmeal. Let's go.
Nominations are open.
Everyone knows my information at this point.
Indeed.
Did anyone have anything they wanted to share with the group, or any nominations? If not,
No
nominations on my part. Nope.
I think I've talked to everybody, but in case someone doesn't know, I am the librarian. I learned about one of our outsiders. One of our outsiders is the saint. I think most of you know that by now, but if you don't, now you do. Ren is the saint. Umi says that she's the recluse. That's our 2 outsiders. And yeah,
So there probably isn't a mirror in play, because nobody has claimed to be an outsider so far. Every single person that I've talked to so far has been talking about for townsfolk, not a third one that I've seen. So we probably have more than likely, we probably have a poisoner on our hands, which is understandable.
There could be a Scarlet Woman as well.
Yeah, there could be a Scarlet one. Yeah, there could be a Scarlet
Woman. Which means if we kill even if we kill the imp, it will go over. They'll become the imp.
True. Okay. Yep, I'm stumped right now because it's on either side. It could be anybody pretending to be there or not, or yeah, it's gonna be a confusing one.
Has anybody's information been unreliable? Like, have you had any conflicting information? So I can suss out a poisoner.
I feel like I need one more night in order for me
Fair enough.
to see where information conflicts and where it doesn't.
So the topic. Oh, go ahead.
I will suggest that even if you guys don't feel that somebody is necessarily bad, that you still pick somebody, or you could nominate yourself if you're not getting any more information in this game. Because then, if there's a role that gains information when somebody dies, that role will gain that information for tomorrow.
And I'm pretty sure we do have I'm pretty sure we do have an Undertaker in play, so that they can help confirm that you're good, and you'll be a more reliable source of information.
Yep.
I would volunteer to nominate myself, but I do have a question to pose. I've talked to someone here, and maybe multiple someones, who have told me that we do possibly have a Scarlet Woman, and that Scarlet Woman is maybe between a few people. So I don't want to out too much information just in case those people don't want that information out, but we might want to start kind of moving in that direction to try to
That's
those
really
people
good
out.
information.
Yeah.
But you don't have an ability that gets any more.
I don't.
Info.
I am the librarian, like I said. My information was given me first night. I'm happy to
But we
go
can still
if
keep
we
you
go.
as a form of blockade and a voter. So I figure it's probably better just keep you alive right now. Yumi's the one made sense to get them right off the back. So then we wouldn't. It was we wouldn't want to get confused with Yumi the whole game through. So and we already lost
reason
Wraith.
to kill Goat because
if we
do have an Undertaker,
they can confirm
the Undertaker can verify their role as
Right.
yes, they're a good player.
Yeah.
The only problem though is that without the Undertaker too.
The Undertaker
The private. Yeah.
Yeah, I got the information secondhand, so I don't even know who it is.
Yeah. Also, the Undertaker could keep their information secret for a number of nights and then let it all out at once.
Yep, that's a smart move. So in this case, I guess it's safe. I'll go ahead and nominate Goat.
Okay. Ren is nominating Goat. You have anything else to add, Ren?
No, he pretty much. I mean, that's our safest bet, unless someone else wants to do their own nomination or something, has a better idea. I think it is a really good plan. We can get the Undertaker to get that information, and confirm that Goat's another healthy source of knowledge.
Okay. Goat, anything to add to that?
No, it's not a bad idea. Feel free to do it. Yeah.
All right. Let's start the votes. Frooks. Frooks is a yes. Next.
Seems like we're all gonna.
Is a no.
I'm indecisive. I'm sorry.
Yes.
That's a no. Canadian is a yes. Yes. No. No. No.
Unless the demon kills me,
Yes.
we can't all be ghosts.
No. Yes. Yes.
Gotta get
That is that is definitely enough.
If he wants it, sure, I'll vote to 7.
Do we have any other nominations? Magic Goat is on the chopping block.
If you nominate somebody else, does that mean they also with Magic can go?
No, it'll be whoever gets the most.
Oh, okay.
And if they tie, it cancels all the executions.
This is a democracy. Don't worry.
I only ask if I die that you use the ghost tip on me.
Yep.
Oh, you want the ghost tip? Okay.
I want the ghost tip.
the ghost tip too.
Otherwise,
okay.
the body is useless.
I'm going to call the end of nominations then. In 5, 4. You can stop me if you want. 3, 2, 1. The town executes Magic Goat. And you'll probably have to switch your avatar or whatever.
Magic Goat.
And the game continues.
The plot thickens like oatmeal.
It's time to sleep.
Hunt someone tonight.
I'm gonna haunt the crap out of you guys now.
Actually, I kind of wish the ghost could just go into.
Let me see. Can you guys hear me and whisper? I don't think they can hear me whisper right now. So here's the plan, you guys. This is the rundown as to what's going to happen. If I die, and I've claimed right now to Turk that I am the Undertaker, which would be very smart for him to just kill me off if I'm the Undertaker, if he was the imp. That's going to give me clear information because I've only divulged this information to Ren and Turk so far that I'm the Undertaker. Even though that I'm not the Undertaker, I'm actually the Raven's Keeper, which is fine if I die anyways. Right now it's Aegis that's the real Undertaker, so I think... Yeah, they're acting very, very sus. So if I die tonight, that is a perfect inclination to go forward with some stuff. But if they choose like a random person, then he might be telling the truth. But even then, it's like a role that wouldn't be that incredible at any rate. If he actually is the mayor, or what he claims to be. But Chroma isn't saying anything, so we'll see.
My snake tail can go through the wall because it's absurdly long.
We'll see if I'm dead tonight. If I'm dead tonight, I have very, very strong suspicions on Turk, because he's the only one that knows I'm the Undertaker right now, which I wanted to get that bait on him. But he could be actually trustworthy, and then but I have to talk to Dante too. I don't know what's up with that. Dante could be the imp for all we know, actually, and maybe he's just a minion.
The storyteller, yeah. Only the storyteller will know that they're the drunk.
Oh, okay.
The drunk is one of those roles where the storyteller has like all the control. So the storyteller just says, "Okay."
Dear Twitch Diary, I had a really good stream today. We were playing Ravenswood, and I just really enjoyed it. It made me feel so great to hang out with my friends and just relax. The end. There you go. That was a juicy diary read, right?
But different though, because you still think so. Like if I was librarian, I was poisoned, I'd still think I was librarian, and the information I got, I still think I had. But the storyteller knows I'm poisoned, so they have to tell me wrong information.
Or misleading. It doesn't always have to be incorrect. It can be just misleading.
How about the Baron? Does that mean they just like there's just 2 extra outsiders and that's it?
This game, it doesn't make me angry, but it makes me overzealous. I'd say, for sure.
Essentially, they take away good town's folk abilities because they replace them with outsiders.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, was I killed? Excellent.
You unfortunately have been killed in the night, but
Perfect.
You get to use your ability.
I knew this was gonna happen. I knew if I said I was the Undertaker, mwah, and only a few people know that. Mwah. Anyways,
you have so much information, and you're about to learn more. Who would you like to pick?
Wait, who am I picking? For it's only on death, right?
Yes. So it says Ravenkeeper. If you die at night, you are woken to choose a player, and you learn their character. Anyone you would like.
We'll choose Turk. We're just gonna get that right out of the bat. Yeah, what is Turk?
Okay. So you choose Turk, and you learn that Turk is the Scarlet Woman.
Ah, okay. Okay. The plot definitely thickens now, you guys. Very, very good. Ah! Okay, we're good now.
All right, I'm gonna send you back. Good luck.
Thanks. You see that, chat? He took my bait. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I feel on top of the world right now because I played that. Played. Jabated. Let's go. We in it to win it. GG easy. Okay, so that's a good one to get out because if you look over here, the Scarlet Woman, if there are 5 or more players that are alive and the demon dies, you become the demon. So that would be very good for them to get through. But we still... Now, here's the thing is, because he was talking to Dante quite often, I'm thinking right off the bat, it's probably is Dante that is the imp, or could be another minion. But we have to see. But now we know for sure. I'm going to talk to Yumi and the rest of them, and I know for sure we nominate. We getting that Turk out. Turk gone. They out. But I knew that he would go after me if I called him for saying that I'm an Undertaker. So big brain. We Gucci. When you're playing Uno and you get a hand of Wild Force. You're funny. Yeah, absolutely, Rack. They're going to be making it public. Whenever they make this game public, you guys, we can play this whenever we want during Games of Neos. and we can even have community play with us. That'd be a lot of fun. But I'm so happy that worked, because that's why I wanted to talk to Turk so bad, because Canadians gave me the download like, oh, he might be bad, and then I can just like right off the bat, as it goes, provided. Yep, we're definitely gonna Zeus him, chat. We're Zeusing him. That's coming up around. Mm-hmm. Hey, Blue Boy Blitz. No, I didn't revive. I died, but I died with very, very valuable information. I wanted to die off, and I wanted to see who was who, and now I know that Turk is the Scarlet Woman. But they thought, I told Turk that I was the Undertaker. Yep, I died with honor. I'm dead, but I still can provide the whole team information now. I'm gonna be a ghost when I go back to the town. Yeah. Extendo arm. Also, this puts a really, really big thing on Chroma now, too. I think right off the bat, Chroma has already sealed their fate, because they said, or we're talking about Undertaker, and I'm going to talk with Yumi and Ren first and ask, did they tell them that I was the Undertaker? Because the only other person that could have told him that was Turk. See? Using that brain already. We got this, you guys. It's going to be easy game. Easy cleanup. So if Wraith... No, not if Wraith. If Ren and Yumi say that they didn't tell that Chroma was the bad bean... Yep. Flamboyant. Huh. Whoosh. 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 I know how to do those arm whips. Oh, you know it, Rampa. That lightning effect that's going through, we're gonna be Zeusing like hell. What? Why are they lasering inside of here?
I did fall below the map. I spawned at spawn now. I'll wait.
Like I said, I get overzealous when I'm playing this game. I like figuring things out. It's fun. It's like playing detective. I love playing detective. And I don't have to deal with actual dead bodies. It's...
Good morning.
Hello, I was just talking with chat.
Whoa. Oh.
Thank you.
Oh, yes. Hold on, I will get the ghost of fire.
Good morning. We definitely have... We have an important announcement to make. Someone has died in the night.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. And that person is... Next.
Oh
No. Use that ghost tip on me as well. That'll be great. They'll give me a moment.
Oh, that's okay. Just okay. So let me talk with Ren and Yumi right off the bat, just immediately. Okay. I would love. Yumi and Ren, come over here. Okay, so I'm gonna be fully. No. This is good. This is very good. I'm gonna tell you now that this is super good, because here's the thing is, I'm gonna give you the download and I'm gonna be completely honest with you, because now you guys have proven yourself 100% trustworthy now.
Yay.
Yeah, I know, right? And I believe that you're the saint now, and I believe that Yumi was who
It's
they said.
impossible for me to convince people that I'm
No,
the saint.
here's the thing: is I play them. I only told one other person that I was the Undertaker, and that was Turk.
Mhm. Okay.
But
Are you actually?
I was actually I was the Raven Keeper. Hey, let's get him! Let's get him! And guess who they are? And guess who they are? They're the Scarlet Woman. So
Turk is the Scarlet
yeah,
Woman.
yep. So we're right off the bat with information.
have some fun
Now
with
the
that.
real Undertaker is still there, and I told him to say that he was I told him to say that he was the Raven Keeper. So we're playing
good.
we're playing this game.
Nice play.
Yeah.
Nice play.
Heck yeah.
So excellent.
That's the plan now. Now we know we got to get the bad bean out, Turk. Now here's the thing is he's seems very. Now here's the real question: did you tell Chroma anything about me being
Nope.
a Undertaker?
Nope.
Okay,
Zero.
so that puts him to very high sus too, because he said that I think somebody told me that you're the Undertaker, which means that only Turk could have told him that I was Undertaker.
Yeah.
I'm just playing it. Yeah, so that's a possible
yeah,
high
makes sense.
high sus on Chroma.
It's
as well.
possible he could have sussed it out from me. I said that there was an Undertaker in play, and if we can find it, because
But that's not
he was
enough
claiming he was
information.
claiming to be a monk. So I was like, well, if I believe there's an Undertaker in play, so if you can suss out who the Undertaker is, and I know there is one, then he would be worth protecting.
Maybe he could have been thinking like
originally
asking that.
He thought he needed to protect me. I'm like, no, don't protect me. I want the demon to kill me because that's the only way I can die.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So you're thinking that you were talking with him about that role though, then, right? So you could have
was
been probably
talking
not
with him about-
talking about him like, oh yeah, this is him.
He knows that I'm the saint, and that's why I was like, wait, don't protect me. No, don't protect me. I'm pretty sure there's an Undertaker in play. Then go find the Undertaker and protect them. So they might have actually been protecting you then, or they could have been full of shit.
Well, they
Yeah,
definitely
but
did
now I for
because
sure have
Nex
this
is
because
dead.
I was the Raven's Keeper and I want to die. I wanted them
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
That's
And
good.
the only other
Good, good,
person
good.
that I told, other than you guys, was obviously Aegis, which I'm full trust with Aegis, and Veer, and I kind of trust Veer. I think that what he was saying from his role made sense for what he was picking up on.
I actually
or was
didn't talk to Vera very much.
I haven't talked to Aegis. Someone had reason to suspect Aegis. I don't recall what it was, but
yeah,
I'll try and
just
track down
don't
that information.
treat
I'm gonna
him
talk to
treat him right now like he's the Raven Keeper, but just know he's actually the Undertaker. Okay.
Oh, he was actually the Undertaker. Then he's not sus because he's verifying roles, right?
Right.
Did
and
he
that,
tell you? Did he
Yeah,
verify?
he gave me your information. I told you the information
good.
that he told me which I'm actually going to
Okay.
get information on him about the other guy being a librarian. So
Yeah,
talk
about
with
magic being the library.
So yeah, but you only between you and
Yeah, I won't share that with anyone
Cool.
else.
Good,
So
good,
now
good.
it's me. So the kobolds are safe. We're
Yep.
trustworthy.
Yeah, you guys are the good ones, and I believe that so far.
Supposedly.
No, I believe that
worried. It's like one of the kobolds has gotta be evil.
no imp is gonna kill themselves on for the first part of the game. I would imagine.
Yeah, on turn
So-
one. That's
Okay, cool. So we know the game plan, right? First
Yeah,
first
so
night we got to
I
get out
guess
Turk. That thing's
what do you
got to
want to
go.
do? Since you
So you
have
got to
the
nominate.
information-
You got to nominate Ren.
Oh, I guess yeah. Ren's got to nominate.
Yeah, you gotta nominate.
You gotta convince people that we need to nominate Turk.
Because they are the Scarlet
I
Woman,
might-
100%.
I
I
might-
don't think I was
You can back
poisoned
them
either.
up.
Yeah.
I might go poke it out of him too.
Okay, let's go do that.
Okay,
Let's go
cool.
talk to people.
I also need to find Veer.
Hey, Canadian, can I talk with you just one-on-one? So, you gave out information to know what role Wraith was, right?
There you go.
You have an information role that you knew exactly when Wraith died, or something along the lines of that, right? Or was that not one of your roles?
I have an information role. I didn't know anything about Brave.
Oh, you didn't know anything
did
about Wraith?
know-
Okay. Didn't know what?
Given the timing, yeah, I think at the very least I have to gamble at this point. You aren't evil and you didn't kill yourself in
No, I
order
didn't.
to thwart it. Which is still
I
a bit of a
trust
dice
me.
roll at this stage,
If
but
I
that
was
means
the
Turk
imp,
is
I would
100%.
hold on to that title entirely until the day I would be as evil as they come. If I actually was the imp, but no, I wouldn't kill myself off just to pass it over to another minion. That would just be, yeah, not optionable. But to give you kind of like a rundown though, I faked the role that I was to another person, and I now have 100%, because I was the Raven Keeper, which means I know for sure now that Turk is the Scarlet Woman, because I put the target on the ability. So I'm like 100% pot, and I don't think I was poisoned during the night by another minion onto me as I was getting killed off. So yeah, I'm like 99% sure that Turk is the Scarlet Woman, and then is probably, it's either the you were talking about Dante. I still don't know Dante's role, I'm not sure, as well as there's suspicion on Chroma, but Chroma could also be off the bat depending on, because I didn't tell really anyone else that I was the Undertaker other than just a few individuals, and it could be
Has anyone told you they're the monk?
No.
Shame.
Has Chroma told you that they're the monk?
No.
Okay. Fair enough.
We can confirm that Turk is around right now.
Oh, may I come in?
Yeah, you can come in.
Oh, okay, hi.
So what information you got?
Trying to remember what this was said to me. Ren said there might have a minion sussed out.
Okay.
So that's a good sign.
Who do they think the minion is?
Ren.
No, he didn't say. He's gonna share it publicly once we all meet up.
Okay. Fair enough.
My one question is so were you the Undertaker then? You died.
Yeah, I was the Undertaker.
Okay.
But I wasn't able to provide out that information though.
Wait, but like why not? Or
because I'm dead.
Because you oh yeah. Okay. No, that makes sense. But
Yeah.
just like, wait a minute. Do you want to tell people that you were the Undertaker? 'Cause that would kind of help if you.
Yeah, I mean, well, considering it puts it on like a lot of sus on the people that I did tell that I was the Undertaker role, at least at this point. Oh, hello.
Like you told me, you told me right before.
Come on in. Come on in.
Come
in. Yeah. Hello. Welcome.
Just mean.
Yeah, so it means come in. You're fine to be inside of here. But yeah,
Look at this too.
But yeah, I was the Undertaker, and getting that information, but now I can't get the information anymore because I'm dead Z. Which is fine. How about you? Have you told anyone your role yet, there, Fruxy?
I did.
Oh, you have. You have
people.
Oh, you have. Okay, so what would you be claiming to be? I mean, you don't have to say the specific one. Do you want to say that you're a townsfolk?
Yes, I'm like townsfolk, and I got like some information from people as well.
Oh.
Okay, cool. So just keep that information, and then as long as I feel like you're trustworthy. Because if you were, you'd be like hiding around. Normally, when you're evil, you'd be hiding, and you'd be like, "Oh, don't talk to me. I'm not the evil. I'm not the evil. I'm just over here in corner. I'm over here." Yeah, that would normally be Frooks. But yeah, so my role I don't have any more information that I can provide. I knew that Yumi was picking up as an imp, but that makes sense because they were claiming to be the recluse. Yeah. So yeah, I guess we just gotta... Yumi, I picked up, as an Undertaker, I picked up that Yumi was the imp.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Fruits does get super anxious when playing evil roles. Hello, Chroma. There's lots of suspicion on Chroma, though. He's yet to tell me anything about him. Hasn't told me.
I'll talk to you, actually.
Okay, come on.
Wait, one-on-one or?
Yeah, I'll do one-on-one. One talk. Let's go back to the bar. Okay. Who did you talk with? First off, who did you talk with?
I talked with Fruit, and I think it was Ren who told me about your possible position. So I'm thinking either I am drunk or was poisoned because I tried to protect you last night.
Wait, because you thought that I was the Undertaker?
Yes. You're not the Undertaker.
No, I'm not.
Everything's in a loop. Crap.
I am throwing things for a loop, and it's good that I did, and I want to die. It's a very, very good thing that I died, because now I have information.
Oh gosh.
Yep, indeed. Why? But you were saying that you're the monk right now, right? Each night,
Sure.
besides... Sure. Okay. Each night besides the first, choose a player, not yourself. They are safe from the demon tonight. And that's what you're enacting out onto me, correct?
Yeah.
From what you're claiming, at least.
Well, sure, yeah. But
Because here's one thing's for sure is... I know that you're not a minion. I know that.
Okay.
So, would they set some... But I'm trying to fathom if they would actually set you as an imp, which I don't think that they would.
No.
I don't think that
I
you'd be...
Say, I'm suspicious that either Veer or Dante are a poisoner, at least.
Oh, so you think... So, okay, so I have high... I don't really have yet to actually do like a proper one-on-one combo with either of them yet. But I do have high suspicions on Dante just because they were talking with Turk. And yeah, so that's why...
I for sure want to nominate Dante tonight.
No. Nominate Turk. Get him out first.
Okay.
I promise you.
Wait.
You want to get Turk out. That's all I have to say. No, well, yeah, you could technically, but only one gets executed per night. But definitely make sure that's Turk first. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I'm gonna talk to some other people.
Yeah. Make sure it's Turk first. Because that's my... Don't tell anybody else my role, okay? But I was the Raven Keeper. It says if you die at night, you're woken. Choose a player. You learn their character, and I knew exactly what they are. And they're the Scarlet Woman. But don't let anybody else know that until we're met up at the meeting, or people that you 100% trust with your own role. Oh, hello. Perfect timing. Get your butt in here. Okay. So we have still all of the minions in play. We still have the other guy. What's your thoughts?
Right.
Have you talked to Dante a lot? What's going on with Dante's thing?
Dante's just straight up confused, so I have no idea like what's going on with him.
Do you understand on your side of thing with what you're doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm just the soldier, so I don't get any information other than like from asking people. So that's actually why I wanted to see you. I wanted to see if you like gleaned anything, because you said you were the Ravens Keeper, right? Like.
Yes. But that's when I told you for me of B being inside there. But again, I could have suspicions on you. But you are saying soldier, which is a good role to, bluff as per se.
Hello. Hello.
Hey. So.
Are you still having a conversation, or can I butt in?
Yeah, we're still. I mean, you can still be inside of your own. That's fine. But yeah, just because you're telling me that you have a form of information role, and that's fine. But so far, our target, to me put, I guess, trust or faith on you, is to get Turk out. Because hello, Wraith.
And I think
the reason why we have to get out Turk is because I already know I wanted the imp to kill me. I wanted them to think that I was the Undertaker, and I wanted to die. Because now with my death, I now know exactly who Turk is, and he is the Scarlet Woman.
Gotcha. Oh,
yeah.
Wait, which one is that? That's this one.
Yeah, that's
I'm not
that
certain what role Dante is, but Dante has been trying to get me to have a conversation with him the entirety of the session. Has previously had conversations just with Turk off to the side on the second day when it'd be ideal to strategize.
True.
And he's been jumping into every conversation he can, trying to see what other
Yeah,
people
so
are doing.
there's high suspicions on that, but at least getting rid of Turk right off the bat, that gets rid of one of the minions. From what I can tell, I definitely don't think that was poisoned during me as a Raven Keeper. And that I was the only one
Okay.
to like truly kind of like know that. Unless I mean I could have been poisoned. You didn't poison me, right, bitch? You didn't poison me, right? Okay.
Next, your information is good on Turk. Dante, I'm not 100% certain on, but it's very high.
It's okay. So you agree with me? Based, I'm guessing, on your information.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Okay,
So then that's a double whammy.
Well, I'm going off also. I was told that, we had a Scarlet Woman and it was either Turk or Aegis.
Okay,
will
it's
say-
definitely not Aegis. 100%
will
isn't
say-
Aegis because you already. Actually, I need to really talk with Aegis.
Well, obviously, I know because Aegis told me. So,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
that's how I knew straight away it was Turk.
Well, I want to get this out before you guys run away. Turk has mentioned to me on the first day that he was I think he said on the first day he was the saint, then the next day he was the mayor.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Cool. So yeah. So his story. We're getting him out right off. And then here he comes in. Hello, Turk. Welcome.
Hello, hi.
Hey.
Hello, Turk.
What did I interrupt? I'm sorry.
We're having combos. We're talking inside of here and doing merry things.
Combos?
Yeah, combos.
Oh my god, I love those. Pizza
Combo
flavor?
But
Or...
yes, but let me talk with
Ooh,
Aegis
no,
though before
actually-
I lose my opportunity. There's not enough time. Where is Aegis? Hello. Sorry. Aegis. Oh. What's up?
Can I ask something?
Yeah. What's up?
Did you say you were the... Which one did you say that you were?
I said that I was an Undertaker.
Oh. Is it correct?
No.
Oh.
I was playing the game well. That's all I have to say.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I just was not sure, like, if I misheard or if we were doing a thing.
Why? Why would you need to know this information there, Fruxy?
Because somebody claims like you're something else.
What did they claim that I was?
They said you're the Raven Keeper.
That is true. I am the Raven Keeper. Who told you that?
Chroma.
Now, why did Chroma tell you that?
Because it thinks he has clues to who might be.
Fair enough.
Other people.
Fair enough, Fruits.
I'm growing increasingly more confused.
Fair enough. No, but why would he give you that information though, Fruits? That's my question. Now I'm starting to put a little bit of sus on you. Because I have a little bit of suspicion. Because we're trying to find out who the imp is, and you're not the... Okay, so what would your role be?
I'm the investigator.
Investigator. Okay, you start knowing that one or two players is a particular minion. Oh, okay, so that's an important role.
So I know, like, apparently, like, either Aegis or Turk is Scarlet Woman.
They are. We already know that. I know that because I was the Raven Keeper and I got killed, and then I put my target on Turk, and it said that he's a Scarlet Woman. So I think we're 100%. I think we're 100% that. So now you tell me that right off the bat, I believe your role. Now I don't have any. Now I know that you're true. And then if Chroma's talking with you about that, I think that he's trustworthy now too. So more of our suspicions right now is on Dante, and Turk we already know is bad. But then now it's about trying to figure out if Dante is the imp or if he's the minion, and that's the real.
He did tell me, like, a real interesting thing. Like, apparently, like, Dante claimed to be, like, fortune teller, and he said, like, he did test a bunch of people. And apparently he tested himself and Veer, and he said it came true. So he said, like, that either, and he knows he's not imp, so he claimed it's Veer.
Okay, so he's claiming that Veer is one of the minions?
No, he's claiming that Veer is imp.
Oh, he's claiming that Veer is the imp.
Yes. It's weird.
Okay, so suspicions are on them, but for sure Ren is safe. I really do believe
Okay,
they're the
finish
same,
up your
as well as
conversations
I
and
feel
come
like
back to town square.
an Aegis for sure is safe. But Turk, we have to get out this night because we don't want the Scarlet Woman to be in play any longer.
Yes.
Cool. Glad that we're.
I didn't really get to talk to anybody today.
That's why I actually sought you out, just to at least talk a little bit. Because
Gather around
with
my
new
friends as I
players,
do the rotating camera again.
It's kind of easy to get like thrown into a corner. You just grab someone and go, "Hey."
Wait, which one is the plaza spin? There we go.
Talk to me.
Oh, talk to you anytime, Dante.
How sweet. But I'm still a ghost here. Hello? I'm dead, and there's a murderer amongst us, and we gotta get them out. We gotta get out the bad beans.
So
That's fair.
I guess I can go out. I can go ahead and spread the gospel.
Yep.
That, yeah, praise be. That we have sussed out a definite minion, thanks to information brought to my attention from compatriots, including Nexulin.
Hi.
So Nexulin was the Raven's Keeper.
Yes.
The Raven's Keeper. When the Raven Keeper dies, they finally get to use their ability. They pick one player and they learn their exact role.
Yep.
But that only when they die to the demon killing them. So if they get executed, it doesn't work. It's only when the demon kills them, and the demon killed them. Yes. So in this case, he picked Turk.
Oh.
He's like, oh.
And Nexulin, what was Turk?
The Scarlet Woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, visually, I guess it makes sense.
Thematically
appropriate. So, I guess it's a safe to. I mean, I hate to be the only person nominating each night.
Defend myself at least.
You will. Yeah, you'll get
a chance to. Yes.
Okay, so it's safe for me to nominate Turk.
Okay, so Ren is nominating Turk.
I hate to be the one nominating every night, but whatever.
I appreciate it, Ren. You're the saint we need.
Did you have anything else to add?
Everyone's already like voting before I even get to talk. Lovely.
No, you're gonna get a chance. Don't worry.
Okay.
Was that all that you had, Ren?
I mean, my whole prosecution and the evidence from Nexulin, it's completely safe. Use your
Insurmountable,
judgment.
actually.
Bam.
Okay.
You can change your vote, right? If you
You can change your vote until I get to you, but you shouldn't change it after I go past you.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
But also, a lot of times information is not 100% guaranteed. So Turk now gets a chance to talk. Maybe Turk can tell us what his defense is.
Okay, so the thing is, I know I've been telling people this, but like my role is the mayor, so I've literally just been trying to like live till the end. Because what happens is if there's 3 people left, we win. I'm like the backup plan. The one thing that kind of really bothered me about being like just accused like that is Nex told me he was the Undertaker. So for him to kind of like flip and just now suddenly be the Raven Keeper, it's kind of.
I did that for a reason, though. I took a round with bait because I wanted to die. I wanted to die
Turk
next
does
night.
have the floor
Turk
right
has
now.
the floor.
Oh yeah.
Turk has the floor.
Sorry.
Only the person accusing and then the person defending should be the main people talking.
Sorry, I won't talk.
You're fine. So
Yeah,
go ahead,
no.
Turk.
That's really it for the most part. It's like he told me it was the Undertaker, so I'm like, fuck, okay. But the Undertaker has yet to speak up at all, so maybe next is just the Undertaker trying to take me down with him.
The Undertaker. The Undertaker doesn't want to speak up because they will get out. They'll get killed by the demon, and we'll lose that ability.
Okay. So, do you have anything else to add to your defense?
No, that's really it. I've just been trying to live. So
okay.
One
Let's
thing I
start the
just want to bring up really quick. This is a rules thing. If you are a ghost tonight, or you only have one vote.
right.
So just be aware. If you're a ghost, you get one vote. So use it wisely.
Yep.
For the rest of the
The
game.
rest of the game.
Hmm.
Okay. So, Chroma, that's a yes. Aegis, yes. Wraith, no ghost vote. Dante, yes. Veer, yes. Umi, no ghost vote. Ren, yes. Magic Goat, no. Brooks, yes.
dang. Okay. Well,
no.
And
Sorry,
we have,
Turk. I'm sorry, my dude.
we have 7 votes, which is enough. But here's the thing:
We have
just
ghost
because
votes still.
Turk is on the chopping block does not mean Turk can't nominate. And we are still gonna see if anyone can get more than 7 votes here.
Hmm.
And there is still ghost votes.
Oh,
So
yeah,
even if there was only 7 people left, the ghosts could still vote, but they can only do so once.
That's fair.
Yep.
Well, I mean, at least from what I've been seeing and what people have been telling me, the only other person I think that's like maybe more sus than me from what I've been seeing, and people just kind of like is I'll say like Chroma.
Okay, so
Are you
is
gonna
that a
formally
nomination?
nominate?
Yeah.
So Turk is nominating Chroma. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he hasn't really said much about his role. He's kind of been hopping around a lot, and like for the most part, at least in terms of like I have no idea what he's been doing. He just has kind of been quiet.
Okay. Is that it?
That's really it. I don't really have anything like solid.
Okay. Chroma, your defense?
I would say the only reason I haven't talked to you is because I heard you were the Scarlet Witch, and that would be my defense there. Other than that, I think I've been just about honest with anyone who asks. But yeah.
What is your role then?
I'd rather not say.
I mean, if I'm about to die, I at least would like to know.
If I die, I'll let you know.
All right. Is that it, Chroma?
Yes.
All right. We're gonna go vote. That's a no, a no, a no, a no, a no, a no, a no,
Rip.
a no,
Okay.
a no, a
Yeah,
no, a no, a no.
Just I got none.
That's a no way.
Nice try.
So, do we have any other nominations? Turk is still on the chopping block. I'm gonna call an end to nominations in 5,
Just because I know my hair.
2, 1. The town executes Turk, and the game does.
Oh, missing textures. Remember me. His textures got executed.
Okay, I'm here in my ghostly form, you guys. But that's okay.
You did so much good.
I know, right?
Yep, you did.
Praise be.
We do a sacrifice for our team. Our team, a TM. Also, Wolfie, thank you for the follow. I'm glad you guys are. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying watching this. And yeah, I'm getting really into this, aren't I, Space Gator? I mean, I have to. We're streaming.
Oh, we're actually past 5.
We are really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wow. Oh yeah, it's already been past 2 hours. That's okay. We're still gonna play until we're done with the game. You can have a ghost version transparent of your avatar. You just have to get it set up for that. I'll probably ask one of the storytellers to change my other character into a ghost.
I didn't realize it's been going that long already. Flipping heck.
Yeah, it feels like it's only been like an hour, to be honest with you.
This game eats up so much time.
Yeah, it goes fast.
But yeah, we're already getting the good point of the game. Probably have to do more executions.
Definitely.
Yeah, just have to say, just hope one of the storytellers after next, once they're done with this, and just get them to ghost your normal avatar.
Yeah, I'm gonna have them ghost my normal avatar.
Sorry, I'm doing a little victory dance.
Poor Turk. It's okay, Turk. You're fine. If
we can confirm it.
Yep, it can go longer if with new people, which is all good. We're doing a whole one playthrough of this game, and I kind of figured it was gonna go a little bit after time, which is fine. It took about 20 to 30 minutes just to get set up. In all honesty, so it's all good.
Oh, Ferguson's been quiet. That's right.
I really don't think Fruits is the demon. I don't think he is.
We still had to get rid of the Scarlet Woman first.
I don't think that he is. Frox has a certain demeanor whenever he's evil, and he isn't acting like in that demeanor. No, Frux is a good being.
When you're playing murder with fruits, yeah.
Yeah, I actually do remember this.
Yeah, but the thing is, fruits waits right till the end and then kills you all.
Yeah, because I'm too shy to do it earlier.
That's like saying, I don't like murdering in my 20s, I only like murdering in my 40s or 50s. You know, it's all good. That doesn't make me a bad person, right? It's only in my 40s and 50s. Evil will not win today. Evil! Evil! No evil! Anyways.
Like the SpongeBob, the
Yes, that's what I was referencing.
Villain is
Evil!
We still have more evil to vanquish from this town. Praise be the righteous townsfolk, for they shall bring them to justice.
Wait.
I don't know
I
if
know you.
Delta or Fox will hear me, but if either of you can, I have a little miniature tiny bug to share with you.
Oopsie whoopsie, did it fuck you, Ucky?
It's super minor. It doesn't affect gameplay.
Oh.
They can't hear you right
They
now.
can't hear you.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll do it during the daytime.
Yeah.
Man, it's taking a bit.
Or if you remember it, just post it in our...
For the meantime, chat, I'll just wear my avatar, and then they'll just ghost me when I'm up inside there. Which it shouldn't be too much longer, because we do have people that already have died.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, a person's dying each night, and we're voting out each night, so it's gonna keep the game going pretty quick.
And I'm so sorry, Turk, but I wouldn't even have used my ability on you if it wasn't for what other people were saying. If other people didn't say what they said, I wouldn't even have used my ability on you. I would have used it on someone else. I know, I feel that. It's a mood.
Excuse me.
Yes, back to the adorable volley. Yay! I'm so cute. I'll do the cheek spins. You know it. Let me recline my chair. There we go.
I shall do the work of good until the demon takes me, and I will be with my kobold family.
Okay then. I am a hiree for the contract from Ghost Recon.
Yeah, so it's already looking at that stuff, so...
Slowly I drift. Slowly I do.
I was gonna raid someone different today anyway, because we've raided Kissap and Bites in a row.
Yeah.
Yep, that's definitely a sentence there, Rack. It could go on as a run-on sentence, but that's okay.
It just censors me because I'm red, and that's what I get.
Does anyone know what Git is?
Of course.
Wait, what?
Well, and we're back.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, storytellers. Can you hit me with one of them ghosty things? I'd like to be ghosty. Oh, thank you.
Oh, you're very ghosty right now.
Yep, I even still got the visor working out perfectly. It's like I'm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Welcome back.
Cyber ghost.
Did no one die?
Dead.
Someone did not make it through the night.
Oh no.
Okay.
Who died?
Aegis did not make it through the night.
No, Aegis.
Can you ghost my
Brings up a
avatar
little bit
then?
of suspicion for me.
Hold on. let me
Actually,
get
yeah,
it.
can I get ghosted too?
You and me, Aegis, yeah, get in your avatar, get ghosted, and then we need to talk. We need to talk, Aegis.
Too much last night. Lucky guess.
I can.
This works.
Yep, here. Yeah, sure, yeah, that does work. They're an angel. They've ascended. Okay, come over here. We'll go to church. Okay, so somebody must have... one of the imps has most definitely gotten information on you so far. So that's what we know.
I think it might be good. Either that or he's the investigator.
Wait, did he say that he's the investigator?
No, but I have a feeling he is.
Well, Proc said that he's the investigator.
I was right then.
Yeah. Here, come inside with your flukes. Come inside with your flukesy. Into the flukesy. Hello, welcome.
Hello.
So I had a feeling that Kit was the investigator, so you're saying that he is.
I'm the investigator.
You
Yeah, he is.
And I knew that like either can Wraith come in?
Yeah, he's dead.
Might as well.
Come on.
Wait, can
You're
evil
fine to
people
be
dead?
here. Evil people can be dead, but I think that we have all the evil people dead right now because I think it's Turk. That was the one that was evil, but I don't think that Yumi would kill them. So I think that they really were the recluse. What they were saying that they were.
Oh. Well, I was like the
I was the Undertaker.
investigator.
Okay, so did you get a
And-
ping on two people?
Yeah, it's two, and like one of them was Turk, and the other one was actually Aegis.
Right, now did you get any more information though?
No.
No? Okay,
Well,
so that's all
I did like hear like stuff like from people that was kind of confusing because like.
Out, boy! Out!
We need you. We need you immediately.
Wait, yeah, but stay here though for just 1 minute. 1 minute.
The game.
Well,
No.
It's
Sure.
fine. Have your conversation.
Yeah, so come over here. No, come over here, Fruits. Come over here. Don't listen to them. No. Come over here, Fruits. Come over here. No, come over here.
Sure. Next, talk to Fruits for the first bit. We just need to talk to Fruits after.
No,
Next is fine too.
Yeah,
Oh, is he? Oh, then
Yes.
Max can come.
Okay, fine. Then I'll come inside and talk inside here. Good God.
One more time. I was the empath. I understand. What are we looking at here? I was
Okay.
the empath. I know that Fruits and Chroma are not evil. None of my living neighbors are evil. So both of them are fine. There's not enough people left for this to be an issue. There's only 3 other people, and 2 of them are evil, which means we need all of the ghost votes to kill Dante, our first nomination. Then we just, through votes, kill Veer and kill Ren. One of them is innocent, but that's just how it goes.
True. I mean, what he says makes a very logical
Dante
point.
in here first.
Don't they actually like?
Well, Veer's right there. Hello.
Yeah, I don't know if
Veer's
he's
like-
suspicious or not. I'm pretty certain Dante is. He's just been suspicious, but I couldn't tell you the difference between whether Ren is a
Right now, we're talking about sus things. And he might be sus, but that's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
Can I come in or no?
Let me ask. If Veer wants to come in, does he? Can we let him in?
It's a decent bet to say Dante Veer, and then Ren's been telling the truth. But who knows? Maybe Ren's great at this. I think he's played this game a whole bunch in the
That
past.
could be the case, though. Yeah.
But either way, I know you're all good.
Yeah.
Like that, he came to me. He said like that he knows I'm good because he's fortune teller, and like he said he ran the fortune teller on himself and Veer, and said like that like one of them is demon, and he said like, oh well, I'm not the demon, so Veer is the demon.
Oh, okay. So they were talking to each other. So it's probably Dante Veer.
Veer was with us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's almost certainly Dante Veer, but we could just lead with Dante, go to Veer, and if the game ends when we've got all of them, we're done. If not, kill Ren too.
Yes.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, like. So, do we want to use our first vote for Dante for sure and just get him out?
Yeah, if we can't push Dante through just convincing people, I mean, that'll determine it. If Ren is not evil, he'll vote Dante and it's done. If he is, ghost votes kill Dante, then just outnumber Veer and Ren.
Okay, cool. Actually, I think that we should save at least only when it gets to half. So like, however
I'll
many
save
votes,
mine.
however many votes it gets to making their half. But if we
Yeah.
can save ghost votes, try to save them. Otherwise,
Never overvote. That's a fair.
okay, cool.
That's
So
smart.
we're in a trusting stance around here. I think we can spread about now. I think it's all good.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Yeah. It really. It really sucks when you're evil.
You're saying you're evil?
No, I'm not evil. You little cutie, you. Also, how did you die?
You all murdered me.
Not me. I didn't murder anyone. I'm dead.
Well,
Do
you
you
all
not see my
voted for
ghostly
me.
form? Oh, right. We voted because you nominated yourself, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you nominated yourself. True, I remember now.
It's not responsible.
Also, Scranner, thank you for that raid. Welcome to 8 people that came from Scranner's channel. Welcome to the official Neo's channel.
Yeah, so I still don't know about Ren, but I mean, I'm willing to at least see what he says. But, the game plan doesn't change.
I think we're trying to keep some of the groups a little bit smaller because some people are having hard time sharing information when there's too many of us. But if you need to talk to me, I'll come find you in a few minutes, okay?
Yeah, sure. No, I was just waved my arms around and you have to go inside. We
was
already know.
adorable.
I already know the game plan.
Minion Ghost still.
The game plan is here and laid out.
Yeah, Minion Ghost can
I
vote.
have no idea what it is, but that's fine with me.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about it?
Well, now there's so many people in there. Sure. Yeah, let's go.
Okay, here. We'll go in the bar again. My favorite place to be, and I am not an alcoholic. So, the plan is to get Dante out. And we're not going to use all of our ghost votes, but at least enough to get half. So then we can, get through there to... Now, is it only for the people who are alive that it counts for? So let's say there's 4 people still alive and there's 2 votes. Does that still get them out?
There has to be, in order for someone to be put to execution, not necessarily executed, but half of the living players there have to be votes equal to half of the living players.
Makes sense.
Or more. So yeah.
Okay, so our plan is to use some of the ghost votes because we don't want to use all of them, obviously, right off the bat. We want to use at least enough to get out Dante, and then our other high suspicion might be Veer, only because I don't think the other suspicion would be on Ren, and usually probably by that point in the game it's fine because Ren would be the same, and that would be stupid to try to get him off.
Yeah,
In the beginning.
we should still continue to doubt him because there is information out there that Aegis was told the night that Magic died that Magic was the drunk. And so there is still a remote chance that Ren could be pretending to be the saint and is actually the imp. But I'm not saying that's likely. It's just a possibility.
That is a possibility, and we do have to keep it open. But so far, from where we're going into the round, what seems most suspicious, it's those 3. So that's what we've narrowed it down, and we have our votes. And even if we were to be wrong about Dante, I think that we'd still even have enough votes for.
Yeah. So basically the game, we have to pay attention for when there's only 5 people left going into nominations.
Right.
Because the game will end as soon as it's the demon and 1 other living player. So since 2 people can die a night, 1 by execution, 1 by killing, if you have 4, you probably don't want to execute anyone that night because the imp will kill someone that night. But yeah, as long as we have 5 people or more, we should execute, I think. So yeah.
Cool. So we'll start with Dante, though. I think that's the best approach.
Any
just
particular
because
reason Dante over the others?
they've just been very loose with their information, and it seems like, honestly, I still don't even know what his role is inside here, and I haven't. I mean, I could try to talk with him right now and try to.
Yeah, I would go.
Did you talk with him already?
No, I not much, but a good tactic would be to go and when you talk to people this late in the game to ask, hey, would you be okay with being voted out this round? We need someone with a not very powerful ability that we can get out and to try and eliminate.
That's why I'm going to try to get his
amount of
ability, and then if
variables.
it isn't, then I'll bring that up.
And yeah, and if they're really resistant to it, it's either, they don't want to die or, so
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah. True.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go.
All right, so that confirms Veer's one of them too. We're good.
Okay.
Wait. Did you already talk to Dante?
No, I don't need you. We're voting him first, then Veer second, then probably Ren, just to be certain.
Well, let me talk. Let me at least talk.
Is it what you call information or just the initial?
So the information here does not update. It's based on like starting the game. This is the natural format. This can change depending on the roles in the game.
I can't hear them.
So, yeah.
Do you want me to get their attention?
Yeah, ask them if I can come in or not.
I might have a few drinks in the party first.
And same thing with like
Okay.
the Baron outsiders. If there's a Baron in play, that's not going to change to 4. It's going to stay.
2 hours later, I'm just waiting out here, you guys. Can you believe this? They keep such a special guest waiting.
Just a second.
Yeah, let's talk.
Wow.
If you want to oh.
Yeah, you can join us too. Feel free.
Well, they're having a very long combo, so I'll just like walk away. I know, how rude. Hello, Delta. Time to give you belly rubs. Belly rubs for the storytellers. There you go, belly rubs. You are such a great storyteller. Yes, you are.
I mean, I'm just here answering questions at the moment.
Thank you for that. You've been an absolute joy. I look funny with my grapefruit eyes. Here, let me get a nice zoom in on them. We'll get a nice zoom of my grapefruit eyes. Ah, yep. If that doesn't give you nightmares, I don't know what will.
Where's a storyteller? Yep. Hello. Quick question: if we kill all of the minions, does the game end then, or does it need to go to another night?
The game ends when the demon is dead. And
Or there's 2 alive players.
Yep.
Or there's 2 living
But-
players. Yes.
So, like, if we nominated and executed 2 people, but we were simply uncertain on the last, it wouldn't matter if they were the 2 we killed were the bad guys. We're done.
As long as there's...
As long as you get the demon.
Andy.
As long as the demon is dead.
All right, then the order is just Dante, Veer, and we'll leave Ren.
But I don't think you can make 2 executions in one night, though, right?
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can only make one. Yeah, you can't. You can only make one
That's
execution.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's whoever the one that has the most votes is the one that gets.
Which is fine. We
That's
still
upsetting. All right, I might die while I wait this. But still.
Can I
That's okay.
chat with you?
Sure. Oh, okay. Thanks, Church.
I mean, technically, you're already dead. I mean, he's a Scully boy. Also,
What do we do? Do we give him a body? Is that
no. I mean, yeah, I suppose. I really want to see Arito's character, but as a non-ghost, because somebody was complimenting his protogen avatar.
Yeah.
Oh, true. Here, look, you guys can see it dead. Let me fly up there. There he is on the clock tower.
Still moving around.
How cute. It's all bloody.
Yep.
See the blood dripping down right there? All on the cobblestone. Right? Really cute. Very, very cute. It's okay. May they rest in peace. Oh my gosh. You're too wholesome, chat. Way too wholesome. Nothing as cute as seeing an impaled Fluffy. Also, if you guys can see, we had 7 townsfolk, 2 outsiders, 2 minions, and 1 demon, and I think that we're getting us on our way through as to information-wise. True.
Okay, I made made sure that Dante wasn't feeling left out of everything. He was getting frustrated.
Poor Dante.
You don't necessarily have
Hello.
to do it. Hello.
Can I be in here? Hello,
Hello.
Dante. Hello. So, did you talk with Ren?
Just now, yeah.
Okay.
That's literally the only person I've talked to.
Okay. Did you mean all game?
No, this entire day.
Oh,
unless I forgot somebody. I don't know. I'm not.
Okay. Did you give out any information?
Listen, if you want to talk to me right now, it's not the time.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
But in this case, yeah, there's some suspect in that direction.
Yeah,
because because a fortune teller only pings on the demon. So but they also get one red herring.
Ah.
But in this case, I don't know who the other minion is. I have about 2 or 3 people there. But we definitely have a minion, and we definitely have we have basically 2 left because we know we got rid of one of the minions. We have 1 minion, 1 demon.
Yep.
But they could still do a star pass and change that though. So, or they already did a star pass. If Aegis was, that's what makes me worried.
I'll be right back. My dog's freaking out.
Okay.
I mean, Max was trying to keep me alive, but it only lasted so long.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that was a bot. And that's why they got banned. Okay.
Anything that starts with that name Hoss and
Oh.
00312 is a bot.
Am I allowed to talk to you now?
Oh, fair enough.
Since I'm
I
dead?
know about this already. It's a bot raider.
So you can talk.
What is your plan?
There we go.
Killing all the bad people, of course.
Oh, the lovely plan.
Suppose I will wait for the council thing.
Okay.
Anything?
Is anybody like
Yeah. Fair enough, Rack.
Oh, what?
No, I don't think we have a Slayer in play. There's no Slayers. If there was, then they would probably already use their ability. Because they can use that in point.
Can you tell when there's the ability? Or like, do they just publicly, or?
Yeah, they publicly, when it's during the day, they can choose to... So Slayer, once per game during the day, publicly choose a player. If they are the demon, they die.
Oh, cool, okay.
Yeah.
But they're not demon. Like,
Then they don't
just
die.
not-
Yeah, they don't die.
Oh, I see.
So technically, anyone can just stand up in the middle of town and say, "I'm Slayer, and I would like to use my ability." And if they're not the Slayer, I'll say the same thing as if anything else besides the demon getting killed. I'll just say nothing happens.
Oh.
So you can use that to bluff as well.
Yeah, you can use it to bluff too. You could bluff to be the Slayer, and just you could technically bluff to be the Slayer, and then use it on just like one of the people that you know that's an imp or a minion, and then you could be like, "Oh yeah, I'm killing them," and then they're like, "Oh, they're good though. I was the Slayer." Yeah, so it's a good, really good bluff.
I was like wondering is like if these like know each other.
They do.
I
They
think,
usually
like,
do. All of them know
so they
each
can,
other.
like, cooperate.
Yeah. They're the ones that know each other. These are the ones that we don't know anything, or that's what each night is a bit leads us better to like information.
And
do they like? Can somebody like bluff the like percent? Like he's about to kind
Yeah.
of figure out like.
Yeah, you can bluff. I mean, that's why this place is called Ravenswood Bluff, right?
Like, is it like bluffing for these, or like do these like know for sure like that?
They know what they are. For
Yes.
sure. Like they can't be poisoned themselves. The only time that you can get mistaken on your information as your ability
It's a
is when you get
drunk.
poisoned. Oh yeah, or a
Well,
drunk
the
too.
drunk.
Yeah, a drunk, you could be an outsider.
Would like
Yeah,
Imp
so
know
either one
for
would be-
sure who his like minions are, or does he still like figured it out as well?
The number of players that we have at the beginning of the game, the imp knows who their minions are. They don't, or they start knowing who they are, but they don't know what they are. And the same for the minions. The minions will be told that their imp is this person, so that they can go and find each other in the morning. That happens if there are 7 or more players. If there are 6 or fewer players...
Trick's head got turned into a ghost. We'll just leave that in the fire. There we go. Very nice.
And they don't get to know who each other is, so the minion...
Doom music intensifies. You know it.
Well, yeah, in this game, everybody knows. All the evil players know each other.
Okay. Thanks. Makes sense.
Oh, the weather outside is...
Can I get everyone back to Town Square, please?
Delightful. And if there's no place to go...
I like the ramp.
Nominate.
This has definitely been a slow ramp of the
Tony
game.
Hawk in here.
Yeah, right.
Nominations
Are you doing parkour?
Parkour.
Does anyone have anything to share with the town or any nominations?
Sure. I'd like to share the fact that I am I in show? I'd like to share the fact that I am the empath and Chroma and Frooks are innocent. I've talked to most of you throughout the day in order to explain that, but that makes the strategy for the endgame very straightforward. We're just going to vote through the remaining other people that are alive using the ghost votes until there's at least one of us still around. The first candidate is Veer, because he wandered into the chapel and promptly fingered both Chroma and Frooks as suspicious people, and he's simply one of the ones I can't confirm is innocent, so he goes first. Following that, I'd say Dante, because we can't be 100% certain that Ren is not the saint, though he's obviously quite suspicious as well, so the follow-up is Veer, Dante, then Ren. We might need ghost votes to push it through. Never throw a vote if you're a ghost unless you have to maintain a majority. And that's game.
I'm gonna, I was just gonna share information.
Yeah.
Sure,
I'm just gonna share all of my information because I don't know what to do in this game and I don't care anymore. I'm the fortune teller. I've been going every night. I've been going through and getting information on who the demon might be. I've been basically, because I don't know what to do, I've been going through the session list in order. And so the first people I guessed was Nexalon and Umi, and I got a yes on those, but both of them are dead. So then I guessed that one of them was like the red herring or
The recluse will ping as a demon.
or the recluse.
I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
And then next in the list of the session list is Veer and Ren, and I got a yes. So the next night I tried to narrow it down, so I guessed myself and Veer.
Good one.
And I got a yes. So that's a possibility, is that that Veer is the demon. And another night went by and I didn't know what to do, but then the next night I guessed, because of stuff I heard, I guessed Canadian and Aegis Wolf, and I got a yes. So
That's the suspect one.
I don't know. I don't know, and I'm not telling you who to vote for because I don't know. But
Still, it's a lot of good information.
it's either it is either Veer or I don't think it's Aegis, because a lot of you people have been telling me that Aegis has some evidence that
He's
you have
already
not
dead.
shared with me. You have not shared with me for some reason. He's dead. See, that's how little I know about how to play this game. He's dead. I don't. Whatever. Okay, so it's either Veer or Git, and Git is really suspicious, and he won't talk to me. He's avoided me and
Yeah, he was
like
avoiding me too.
just completely refused all of my requests to speak to him at every moment throughout the game, and now he's accusing people. So honestly, if my choices are between Veer and Git, then it's Git.
I mean,
That's my information.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I've asked Git like pretty much every day if he, was going to tell me anything, and he's still been just telling me that he has information, which, I mean, I think we all do.
And the empath can still be a bluff, but usually you get that from senior players, because then they can control the information they're getting for their neighbors. Maybe he just came to that conclusion on his own, or he actually is the empath, and it might be any of it. But
Yeah, so I don't even know what's going on, obviously, so I can't be bluffing.
yeah, I believe Dante just because of that.
So if Dante's the drunk, wouldn't that explain all the yeses?
Actually,
Maybe, yeah.
Well, but because
I don't think so. I've had it explained to me several times why with the recluse and my red herring.
You could very well be your own red herring too.
It's
Yeah.
evil for the storytellers to do that, but it is possible.
So
Yeah.
you paint yourself
So
in
when I
Veer.
voted when I asked for myself and Veer, well, I also could have been the red herring. But
Yeah,
then
no, if you ask both you and Veer and me and Aegis.
But then I switched to Canadian Git and Aegis, and I got a yes. So I don't know. That's just my information. That's all I have to share.
If you
That's
got
all
a
I have
yes
to share
with
for the
two
group.
different sets, me and Aegis and you and Veer, that means you have to be a drunk, no?
No, because there's only two outsiders.
One of the two.
There's actually
plus a recluse.
What is there? There's three
We would
different
have
plus a red
options
herring.
that could.
There's four
three
people that
different
will register. Is
four
evil.
different people that could register. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
see.
and if
Also
we had
be
a
a
third,
poisoner.
Yes.
that too.
Keep
He
in
could've
mind
randomly- he
the
randomly been poisoned
every friggin' night.
No, he could have just randomly poisoned you one of the nights and got you a positive ping on someone that wasn't on that night you did it.
Okay,
It
well,
would be lucky. It would be really lucky, but it was lucky.
Right. That's all.
I do think that one of them two might be a poisoner because I did try to save, and I'm a monk. I did try to say Nex on the night he died, and it looks like my ability failed. So either that or I'm the drunk.
yeah, that could be in that realm too.
Poisoned.
I will say that Aegis said that I was the drunk when I died, when you guys executed me. So it's very likely that I am actually the drunk, if there is a drunk.
Oh, yeah.
And it sounds like there could be a poisoner.
Unless there's been more poison.
Okay.
Extra poison.
Okay, so we definitely have a poisoner and a demon in this case. So
Yes.
That would make, at least to me, that would make the most sense.
100%.
So
So you still want to nominate though, right, Canadian?
Yeah, I'd go
Might
with
as well.
Veer. Veer seems the one that I'm certain about most, but I couldn't tell you
Sorry,
between Ren and
Strawberry.
Dante. Dante sounds fairly honest because he doesn't play this game that often. Ren plays these games all the bloody time and could be doing the long con.
Yeah.
But that still makes like the order pretty easy. Veer first, Dante second, Ren third. That way we don't lose by accidentally killing the Saint, and if we're right, it'll end before we get to Ren.
Do I hear an official nomination in there somewhere?
Before, that's not possible because there are only 6 living players left. If we kill one tonight and the imp kills another, there's 4 players tomorrow. We have at most 2 executions.
True.
Oh, I see.
So we have to make sure that we use those executions wisely.
All right, Dante's not
Should we hold
following
off
the
for a
game super well, which means I'd probably change my order to Veer then Ren.
Is that a nomination?
Oh yeah, Veer first. That's my nom.
So Canadian nominates Veer.
Oh yeah, I guess they're still
Cromwell was trying
talking.
to say something.
Sorry.
Yeah, my only hesitation is I believe I told you on the first or second night that I was a monk, and I
Yeah,
feel
and
like
if I was
something would have
evil, you'd be
happened by
dead
now.
already.
But you just jumped on that, so it makes me think it could be you. So
Wouldn't it be better off to hold off a night then? Because typically when it becomes like this, doesn't it get like
Actually, that
harder?
might be a
No.
wise.
Well,
No, that would not be a wise.
No, there'd just be more dead people every night that goes by. There's another dead person, and both Ren
yeah,
and
but you'd have a more likely chance
Turk
of
are in
actually
favor.
getting
Yeah,
the
but
people.
Turk, you're evil. Stop saying evil words. in people's ears.
Wow. Poor Turk.
if we don't vote someone out, we know for sure someone good dies. That means
Yes.
all that it does is gives the imp the ability to choose who dies, and only the imp.
So I'm gonna go back to. I did hear a nomination. Canadian Git nominated Veer. Was that correct?
Yes. That one I'm not certain about, just because he wandered into the chapel and
How
promptly
many people are alive?
the
That's
only 2
1,
people I'm certain
2,
aren't
3,
guilty.
4, 5, 6.
Okay.
There's 6
Was that-
people alive.
Was that
there we
all
go.
for what you had to say, Canadian?
What else condemns Veer? No, that's pretty much it.
I'm just making sure. Okay.
Do I
And Veer,
gotta
your
say?
defense?
Okay.
Yeah, you get
I was
defense.
gonna say like,
Let him talk. Let him talk.
yeah, I was gonna say like, okay, so I've been pretty clear about my role. It's soldier, and I literally can't get any information other than from asking questions. So yeah, I immediately after I had Chroma kind of just shoo me away from one of the other, he just shooed me away from a room with him and Frooks in it. I went to the next place, which was, the chapel, and I asked, Git and Goat, doesn't it seem a little bit suspicious that Chroma and Frooks are always together? Because, that is how, the demon's supposed to be able to communicate with their imps. And Chroma is never telling me anything. Frooks barely ever told me anything. So, yeah, that's why I just found it very suspicious. So I asked the question.
Okay. Is that all for your defense?
Yeah.
All right, let's do a vote. Umi
I guess it's safe.
is a no. Ren is a yes. Goat, no. Frooks, yes. Nex, no. Canadian, yes. Turk, no. Chroma, yes. Aegis, no. Wraith, no. Dante, yes. And Veer not voting for yourself. So I'm seeing 5 votes, and 5 is enough to put Veer on the chopping block. Are there any other nominations?
I'm still not completely clear on Git not being. Because
I'll be honest.
I'm gonna nominate Git.
So Ren
It's
is
between the
nominating
two of them.
Git. Is that correct?
Correct.
Or you.
Vote me out. I don't care. We'll end the
And
game
that kind of
faster that way.
solidifies the follow-up.
All right, Ren, your statement.
Well, obviously, I could be evil, but if you vote me out, I'm out. But in this case, my likely suspects were Veer and Canadian Git. I'm not still completely clear on Canadian Git with the way he's been acting in the game, and a lot of people have been able to get the information. While that would be good for an empath is also a power play for an imp. And with the information that Dante got on the positive pings on Canadian Git, I have a feeling there was a chance poison on Dante. It was just a lucky poison on one of the positive hits. And that the actual positive hit on Canadian Git between Canadian Git and Aegis obviously being dead by the demon, makes me think that Canadian Git actually is the demon in this case.
Okay.
That's my logic. And vote me out the next night if that's not, because at least it'll get the game over. But yeah.
Canadian, your defense.
All right. So I was empath the whole time, and I didn't talk to many people because I assumed they'd kill me the second they found out that I was empath. That said, what do we got here when it comes to disproving my own guilt? Is there any other path you can kill me after the fact to be certain?
Okay.
Oh, hold on 1 second.
You could have also been poisoned randomly too if you were the empath.
It should only be Canadian.
No, I think the strongest,
Sorry.
I think the strongest defense of this would probably just be the fact Dante doesn't seem a particularly strong player, so I don't think they were throwing poisons in his direction. He seems somewhat confused with his previous sharing of information, so it would both have to be a random poison into a player that hadn't said they had that ability and was just using it seemingly at random. That doesn't seem particularly likely, and that's the only thing that throws it in my direction.
Fair enough.
Other than that, there's obviously the reversal where, declaring yourself a saint is a very strong play for the imp as well, and the fact that he'd want to throw suspicion on me to kill one of our executions is probably the only way he could win the game at this point. If the execution goes to me, then I don't think we have enough knights to get the rest of them out of the game. So we definitely want to go with
Next
the person.
night, vote me out, then it'll end the game either way, because we'll be at a 50-50 toss.
You could also be the. Oh, sorry. Talk.
Yeah, you definitely could be the imp, and Veer could be your minion. Or the other way around.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's probably the easiest thing. The base strategy of aim per Veer for. Don't listen to Turk. Oh yeah, by the way, it was between Nex and Turk right out the gates because one of my neighbors was evil right at the start, and Nex seemed to have been quite solid the whole way through. So I guess if we needed to confirm Turk was guilty, that's it.
That's so easy to do as an imp.
All right, guys. Canadian, is that all for your defense?
No, I think so.
Okay, we're going to start the vote, and this is for Canadian. So we have a yes from Turk, a no, a yes, a no, a yes, a no, a yes. And that is 4. And I believe...
Wait, also, Turk's voting yes. That's the most damning evidence of all.
I believe... Was it... correct me if I'm wrong. Was it 5 for Veer and 4 for
Yes.
Canadians? Okay. So Veer is still on the chopping block. Do we have any other nominations?
I will nominate, I believe, Ren.
Okay. If you want to end the
Okay.
game early, end the game early.
Chroma nominates Ren.
Do you have any reason?
Speak.
Go ahead, Chroma.
Well, can
No
I
one
change
believes
that,
me.
actually?
Excuse me?
Can I change that?
Okay.
To someone else. I think that's a good point. No, screw it. I'm gonna trust my gut. Say it might be Ren.
Okay.
Why is that?
I don't know. I'm confused.
I mean,
Why do you think that they're the imp, Chroma?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I would change it to Dante, but I think it's locked in. So maybe I'll just say no.
Okay. So that's all for your statement?
Yeah.
And Ren, your defense?
my defense, I mean, heck, if you want to end the game early, I'll vote for myself. So.
All right, let's vote.
That's
Go.
suspicious.
No.
All right, that's
no.
it. That's it.
No.
Yes.
No. Yes. Yes.
Turk already
yes.
used his vote.
Yes.
Oh, can I not vote again?
No,
The
you can't. Not as
ghost
a
get
ghost.
one vote for the rest of the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just click it back over to off. Yes, yes, no, no, yes.
Thank you for
no,
getting me.
yes. So we have
That's 6.
3, 4, 5, 6 votes.
Oh, might as well.
6 makes Ren on the chopping block. Any other nominations?
I can't nominate as a ghost, so.
All right.
Neither can I.
Brooks can nominate if he wanted.
I'm going to say that the town executes Ren.
Rip.
Does the game end?
And the
I mean,
game
if you-
continues.
Oh.
Danny, it's weird.
Oh. Well, well, well.
I wasn't the imp.
Also executed as well.
No, you were the minion.
Only Ren.
Little naughty poisoner, get out of here. Get out of our heads. Disgusting.
I will be right back. 1 second.
I could have been the spy.
Same vote.
I
Here,
think I
back.
might have been the spy.
You little nasty. You little
I don't know that we
nasty.
have a poisoner.
How dare. How dare. You mean, were you in cahoots with him this whole time?
I got you.
No.
Your giggle.
I was secretly spreading a lot of sus on him.
True, you were.
He's done that exact strategy before.
True, true. I'm the same. I'm a good boy. I'm good.
Aegis's information saved that. So like, saying that magic turned up as the drunk, that gave solid evidence, at least as a possibility, that Ren was sus. So.
You got me as the minion. But is it Git or is it V? Or is it Frooks the whole time?
This is hard to say.
It's literally now it's down to a 3-man standoff.
Assuming someone isn't,
So I can't do nothing.
you know, detected. We'll see, I guess.
You'll never know.
Hey, this is turning out to be a very good game, though.
I tried my hardest.
Quite-
to make
quite
sure
interesting.
That everyone would go enjoy
You
it.
have been evil so many times in a row, Ren.
I'm actually tired of it. I don't like to.
I just can't trust you anymore.
It's because
I don't like bluffing you that badly because it just makes me guilty on the inside.
Aw, that's how you know they love you.
Sorry, Turk. I had to throw you under the bus.
I don't know.
could be Scarlet Woman.
Gosh. I think it's all going to depend on Frooks. You have to convince Frooks. or it is Frooks. But who would kill somebody that cute?
Well, two things I'm certain is it's not Fruits.
Bold claims, get bold claim.
Turk remains evil. Remember that at all times.
I guess I can never be trusted now. I see how it is. I'm just
You remain evil for the remainder of this game.
No,
So
I'm the
it
heel
goes.
forever. I'm forever the heel now.
I'm gonna be.
Huh.
Turk's secret power is actually guilt.
That's a horrible superpower.
Okay, I'll be right back. I really want us to find out that Turk isn't actually one of the evil team, and he just got tagged as one.
Yeah, I'll be right back since I'm a ghost and I already used my vote, so I can't do nothing.
I've still yet to use my vote. I'm saving it for the very end.
That is wise.
I'm gonna say Dante.
Never overvote.
I talked about the poison thing once.
So I assume I'm going to be dead after tonight.
Next. We
Makes
had
this
it
easy.
going.
If you are, that's a good thing.
Already killed somebody. I don't know who they would kill.
Actually, that's true.
They might
Oh.
kill
Oh, wait.
Frooks.
Oh.
Well, we're gonna gain that information right now, aren't we?
Good morning.
I'm curious to see who died, because, like, honestly...
Dante died. He's
So
AFK.
we did have a player who died in the night.
Oh.
Tragic.
Oh boy.
Oh. It's good, isn't it?
We should wait until everyone's back. Yep, there he is.
See, like,
It was
stubborn.
Dante.
Oh, it was Dante that died.
Dante died.
Dante has died in the night.
Oh no,
I'm glad you got
Dante.
your information out there.
That tells us what we need to know.
Well, it's probably because I got my information out.
Well, no, because they want to
Huh.
get you before that.
Oh, sorry, Dante.
Yeah.
What are you sorry about? Huh?
I don't know.
Yeah, why are you sorry, Chroma?
Wait.
Why are you sorry? Why are you sorry?
Seen him?
No, the one and only thing I'm saying, I can
Were
like
you back
Chroma and
last night?
Frooks. Chroma and Frooks are
I
fine.
was protecting Frooks because I
Okay.
want to say he's
That's
the only one
good.
I can trust, but then again, Frooks could be doing a crazy. Because I played with you in Murder, and I know you can be.
No, I don't think he's
Yeah,
playing it that
Frooks
good.
is very difficult to read, but I can vouch for
Let me
Frooks.
for a second. Fruits can be very mischievous.
But what if
no,
you're
I'm-
the
I think
demon,
everything is pulled off of. I think everything's
The
pulled off
only
Canadian
strong
Git because I
argument in
think
favor of me being a demon was Run's arguments, and he was very clearly trying to
he was
throw
a
that in
minion.
my direction.
he was a minion.
Easy
Because he wasn't a saint,
He
he was
bluffed.
bullshitting that the whole way through,
Too
and he's
logical.
currently trying to interrupt us right now. So I'm just saying that Run was clearly devious, and that the follow-up should be Veer. If Veer is like if Veer dies and I'm
Okay.
still alive, like you have to go for me. All the ghost votes should be on me. After if Veer goes away and the game's still running, but it won't be. The game should be over.
Yeah,
I
it's
think that's-
my roles are either more on.
Immediately apologize.
Yeah, no, I think that's game. That's easy game. No ghost votes to kill Veer. Just living people put him down. But if the game's still running after that, all the ghosts go after me.
No, the game ends.
Well,
There's only
the game
There's
will
only
end
one imp.
after.
Interesting.
Yeah, they just have
Oh,
to.
no,
Yeah, if they
I'm
kill.
angry at you for not
But I
talking
think it's
to
a
me.
safe bet because Ren put his neck out as soon as Veer
Poor
was.
Dante.
I kind of
Yeah.
want to get
Yeah.
voted
It's
because
okay,
like
Dante.
he's
We're
been
ghosts
super-
together.
But then again,
And again,
Look
Veer
at my
one
little
or two
round
to one
hands.
immediately
I
for
know,
the
they're
different
gumdrops.
votes.
I'm gonna boop you. Oh.
They're gumdrop hands. Fruits. They're just gumdrops.
So
Don't eat them though. It tastes like
I haven't
ectoplasm.
gotten information from any of them.
Well, it's not like we're all minions. That would.
Every game.
Oh, maybe that's why they don't trust me.
Okay, it's not that we don't trust you. It's just that we're down to 4 people left, and it's Frooks, Chroma, Veer, and Canadian Git. And I think Canadian Git is 100% safe. I, for one, am not going to vote for him because I think that he's good. So it's either one of you 3, and that's
I'm not
what it.
telling.
Yeah, like I had a very simple plan of keep silent the whole time through until I had enough information to just no longer try to be deceptive at all because I'm terrible at lying. And the second that
Plus, if Ren was trying to get
met,
you
when I
out,
got chroma and fruits, I just spilled all the beans.
You and your stupid floaty head. You're the only one that can pull that off yet.
Pull what off?
Just not
Yes,
talking to anyone and
nominations.
floating around.
Let's
Yes.
Fruits nominate. Nominate
That's the
Fruits.
thing, I can't really lie, but I can
Nominate.
definitely sneak into buildings when people are
It
talking.
starts
So I was
with
just
a
trying
V.
to investigate the whole time.
Can
I speak real quick? Can I add one thing real quick? Just before we actually go through and execute someone, just so everyone's aware, we could not execute tonight and wait to see who the imp kills. That is an option. But
They're just
not
probably gonna go for.
necessarily
They're
always
probably
the
just
best.
gonna go
So
for
just putting it
Canadian.
out there, there are two choices: kill tonight or don't, and see what happens.
Okay.
If they do go for Canadian,
I don't know. What do we learn?
Then it's
Because we have two options here.
If someone dies, it takes one more variable out of it.
Well, based on Dante's
Do we
information,
have any other variables other than Veer and Git though?
Yeah.
And if it kills, and if it
Fruits
kills
could have been
someone other
really
than Git,
silent
then
and
do
really
we learn
good.
Anything?
Well, basically what it comes down to, because I don't have all the game information here, but if we don't have an absolute positive way to verify any one of these people as 100% not in, then it's a better choice to be making a vote between 3 than 4. If we have a really solid reason to believe that any one of these people absolutely is a townsperson or at least a good player, then we could dismiss them. But that all comes down to whether or not we have that level of confidence in the 4 people alive.
the only way it would get easier if there's 3 of us is if,
Can I
Veer
take
was
one?
it and they
Just
killed
on
me.
the pure fact that I have not spoken
Because
to you
otherwise, like,
one-on-one in this game.
Dante has a decent ping on Veer and a decent ping on me.
We are.
Then they can't.
Wow.
Dante,
it might just
we're already at nomination night, so you can't.
What are you talking about?
Well, go ahead and let him. I mean,
didn't go
We were very fast.
Yeah, go ahead. You're good.
Evil's just trying to interfere.
I'm confused now.
Go talk. It's okay. Go,
Ignore
go talk
Ren.
in the well. Go talk in the well.
Only the well, though.
The well is the best place.
I have literally been doing nothing but trying to ask questions. And I haven't been pointing fingers at anyone, and my role is tiny in comparison to what a lot of you guys have. You guys have info, I have nothing.
True.
Yeah, but if you're kind of a weak player, that's a really solid thing for Ren to tell you to do. And Ren plays tons of these. So Ren goes Saint, tells you to go Soldier, you run around as Soldier the whole game.
Yeah,
I haven't had
he's got
any
point.
sort of... I don't even know what you mean.
Then
But what
again,
This
if
is like the second time I've played this game, so...
Yeah,
what
but
if
that
it
makes
even
that
tries
makes
to kill
Soldier
Veer?
a really solid bluff thing. Remember, Turk is evil. That'll just be the follow-up to every single thing you say. I'm sorry. But we got reasonably confident with both Turk and Ren because Ren was lying and Turk was tagged from the beginning from like a billion different sources.
Okay, here's another thing too. You had ample
Better
time
to talk
killing
with the whole
me.
town.
Yeah, both advocated for Veer too. So Turk and
You had
Ren.
ample time for killing me when you knew I was the Undertaker.
Did anyone learn any new information last night from their abilities,
pointing at me though?
No, everything's the same for me.
Ample time.
Nope, everything's the same.
You didn't.
Oh, okay. All
Then in
right.
that case, if we assume
That's an.
Canadian's good, then
Yeah, I'm gonna say anything. Listen what I have to say. Whatever.
Is it safe to assume Canadians good?
Wait.
I think it's the better of the bets.
I think
because,
that.
Wait, let me
the fact that
read
Ren is
one thing.
trying to put sus on Canadian. It could be most to like. Yeah, I think Canadian's fine just because Ren is defending.
I can't get any information any other way, and so getting accused of a chopping block for asking a question.
I was still continuing with the fun, so
Oh, well.
pretty solid.
I'm conflicted because at first I thought it was Veer, and then I got angry.
Here, wait, Aegis, come
Maybe
over here.
Veer-
Come over here, just here real quick. Fruits already told you what he was, right?
Investigator.
Yeah, he said that he's an investigator. Let me just read that again. You start knowing that 1 or 2 players protect their minion. And he did he prove that he had that skill?
Possibly. This could Did he prove?
Yeah, did he prove that we got him out early? Turk got her, and he was the Scarlet Woman, and we already got that out, so we don't have to worry about that.
Turk was the mayor, he said.
I know, but he wasn't. He was lying.
He really was lying?
I know that because I was the Raven Keeper, but I'm just trying to see, like, if he's the investigator. Has Frox already proven that he's used this ability?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
You know, yeah, I'm the soldier. Like, there's nothing else to my role other than the fact that I have to ask questions in order to gain any info.
But at the same time, the soldier's like the easiest scapegoat because it doesn't have any abilities or information.
But if you're actually like,
well, except for like,
it does have an ability.
Saint and soldier.
At this point, like, wouldn't you be able to just give us some info? Like, if you knew something. Like,
Well, we are. We laid out a whole game plan like 2 turns ago.
He wouldn't tell me. Kerma wouldn't tell me what he is either. Just when we went in the room right there, just even this late in the game, he refused to tell me.
If he is the monk, then that makes some
I'm the monk.
sense.
I'll admit to that. Yeah.
Okay.
Who did you try to protect last night, Chroma?
Well, Fruits I think Fruits is the one I can trust the most right now. I'm not sure. I swear.
So
Long play.
I'm in the frustrating position of being the empath and getting innocent, and therefore having 100% certainty that Fear is the imp. I just need to prove this somehow to the whole table based on the information we have.
There is the possibility that there's a poisoner in play that has been.
No, I've got this same information again and again,
Ray,
and it's been consistent when people died and my neighbors changed. So I'm actually not worried about poison. Also, I can't be poisoned now.
Also, GW,
I mean, I guess if someone consistently poisoned me the whole time through.
Canadian, can you just nominate?
Oh yeah, sure. I'll nominate Veer.
Outsider who was lying about it.
Thank
So.
Okay,
I will nominate Veer.
Arito.
So I'm hearing correctly. Canadian is nominating Veer.
Yes.
Yes. So the prosecution would say that he is an empath and his 2 neighbors are innocent and there's 4 people at the table, so it's a very straightforward case for me. Further information following that would be that Veer, a couple turns ago, recently bumbled into the church, and the first thing he did was finger the 2 people I know who are innocent, which puts him in a fairly damning light, and that he has a role that is easy to hide in if you were an imp the entire time, because he'll, by your fake role, never die. The last piece of evidence behind that would be Ren's continued advocacy for him when Ren was also clearly bluffing the entire game, and Turk has continuously brought up the problems with Veer as a candidate, and he's also evil. So, yeah.
Okay, counter argument here. Like, me bumbling into the church and asking, like, hey, don't you think it's a little strange that Chroma and Frooks are together in the same room? You know, even if I were, like, the imp, I don't think the imp gets to know, like, who are the good people and who are the bad people. Well, maybe they do they get to know who the bad people? They know the bad people. Okay. So, but they don't necessarily know, like, who specific, like, good people are or anything. So, I mean, you know, just simply asking the question, that's kind of silly. Don't you
accused
think?
them, both of them, of being the ones you thought.
Think it's a little strange that's an asking a question.
No. You walked through the door and you.
Like,
so, for starters, Ren is also advocating for Veer again. Just make note of that.
Right.
Secondly, Veer came through and fingered both of them in a much more definitive fashion.
Canadian, you gave your statement. We're still on Veer for defense. Is that it, Veer? Or did you want to add anything?
Can I ask, you know, who else was also, like, can I ask the person who was in the room
if they can... It's technically not a conversation when nominations occur, but, I mean, I guess if it's a quick question.
Okay, it's a yes or no question. Go. You were in the room when I went in the church when I went in there. Did I not ask a question and not make an accusation? Did I ask a question?
Technically, you asked a question.
Okay, so that's not an accusation. So, you know, I'm being fingered out here. That's, you know, like, really aggressive.
I don't know how much I trust any of the ghosts right now. But
I mean, it's possible that some of them are still the minions. So
yeah.
Okay, was that all for your defense, Veer?
Yes, that's.
Can I ask a question to the storytellers? If the ghosts cast a vote on this nomination, could they not cast a vote on
additional nominations in this?
It's one vote.
Essentially, as a ghost, you can only press the green button one more time, no matter what happens.
True.
Okay.
You can take it back at the end. You could like make people think that you're going to vote as long as you take it back before I get to you. Did you have anything else, Vera, or was that it?
No.
Okay, let's vote. Umi, ghost vote. Ren, ghost vote. Magic Goat, no. Yes, 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 no. Yes, no, no. Yes, no.
It might be Frooks, but I'll
So
gamble on it.
we do have 7.
Oh my gosh.
We had a lot of ghost votes happen there. I'm not sure it's possible to get more than 7, but I will entertain another nomination if anyone wants to nominate.
I'm
can't
just gonna
nominate, but I just-
Chroma because
Okay,
that was a
I was
little
gonna-
bit strange that he just straight up jumped up and said that he's the monk.
Okay, so
And Ren
Veer
voted for
is
you.
nominating Chroma. You have anything else to add to your statement?
I mean, not necessarily, other than the fact that he's been incredibly quiet throughout this entire thing and hasn't been giving anyone any information until just now that he's stating that he's the monk.
Okay. Your defense.
The reason I wouldn't say I'm the monk is because it gives you the ability to save someone at the night, and I never wanted to become a target for the demon for that power. So that would be why I would never tell anyone, except for Ren, which I kind of made that mistake early on.
Okay, is that it?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna vote. No, no, no.
Can't vote.
Yes.
Ghost.
No, no, yes, no, 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 no. That does not beat the other number. Do we have any other nominations?
I think at
All
this
right.
point, all
I'm gonna
ghost votes
call-
I think have been spent.
Yeah, I'm going to call the end of nominations now. The town decides to execute Veer. And
we lose.
The winning team is the good team.
GG. Yeah.
Held the punch.
Hey, well,
until it was
at least you went till the very end there, Veer.
I really thought I was like,
I knew it.
Dang, I was having suspicions on Dante, but then Veer, so you strawberry, you knew. How could you?
Dante,
You chose not to get me right away, didn't you?
Yeah.
Dante ultimately undermined my plan.
That's pretty genius, I gotta say.
Were you
With you in the game, I feel like it's impossible for any of us to win.
Canadian Gay is very convincing in his own way.
I should have gotten you a long time ago. It's like,
I would have still been a ghost. I would have still spoken.
So we do have a credit roll coming up over here that is listing what people were.
Yeah, here's the credits, you guys.
I hardly know what I was doing.
The credits for what you were.
Oh, and it even scrolls. This is nice.
Starring Dante as the fortune teller, Veer as the imp, Yumi as the recluse,
I kept keeping Chroma from using this.
Ren as the poisoner. Of course, he was the poisoner. I already knew he was. Magic Goat as the librarian, which they were true on that one. Snooper, thank you for all those gifted subs. Sprox as the investigator. Me as the Raven Keeper, which was great for getting out you know who, Turk. Canadian Kid as the empath. Sorry, Turk. Turk as the Scarlet Woman. Yes, yeah. We all knew that. Chroma as the monk. And Aegis Wolf as the Undertaker, which I claim to be, the Undertaker, which yeah, plenty times. And Wraith as the Virgin. Okay, Wraith. Yep. You guys are just laughing.
I wasted his ability on accident. It was brilliant.
That made me so sus of you right at the start, and I forgot to tell you about
Thank
it.
you for the.
I didn't even know he was. I was like, oh my god, it worked.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
god.
Ari, do you want to go through what actually happened?
yeah, would you guys like to hear what actually happened?
Yeah, it's
Yes, it just says shout.
Yeah.
All right.
Shout.
So, on night 1, Magic Goat, who was the drunk librarian, was told completely wrong information that either Ren or Turk was the saint. Ren decided to bluff as the saint, and so Magic Goat seemed to trust him just perfectly. Dante was the fortune teller and picked Umi and Nex, and learned that one of those players was the demon. Umi was the recluse, and so was registering as the demon, even though she was not. Canadian Get the Empath learns that one neighbor, which was Turk, the Scarlet Woman, was evil, and Ren was the poisoner and poisoned Nex the first night.
How dare.
Day one, Ren the poisoner nominated Wraith. Wraith was the virgin, and normally if a townsfolk nominates, the townsfolk would die right then and there immediately without a vote. But since Ren was not a townsfolk, the Wraith's ability was lost at that point. Umi the recluse picked herself, and that is who the town decided to get rid of. Night 2, Veer killed Wraith. Dante picked Veer and Ren and learned that one of those players was the demon. The Undertaker learned that Umi was the imp. Again, Umi was registering as the imp, even though she was the recluse. Day 2, you guys executed Magic Goat, who was the drunk librarian. Night 3, Ren poisoned Chroma the monk. Chroma picked Nex to protect, but Chroma was poisoned, so it didn't work. And Veer killed Nex. But what a combo there.
You naughty.
What a combo.
Hey, but that was good, because that was my plan to get killed. You already know that,
Except, yes, Nex was the Raven Keeper who had been bluffing as the Undertaker. And then Nex picked Turk and learned that Turk was the Scarlet Woman. The actual Undertaker learned that Magic Goat was the drunk. Day 3, the town executed Turk. Night 4, Ren poisoned Chroma again. Chroma tried to protect Frooks, but it doesn't work. Veer kills the Undertaker. And the Undertaker now does not learn anything because they died before they got their information. Dante finally found their red herring. Dante's red herring was Canadian Get. Day 4, you guys executed Ren the Poisoner. Night 5, Veer killed the fortune teller Dante. And day 5, the good team won the game by killing Veer the imp.
I'm sorry.
Woo! Great job, everyone.
Well played. Confusion.
Very well played.
That was literally a great first game.
That was really good. You made it really hard at the end to choose you, and I was like, well, gotta go for someone.
I think it was you at the end. I'm like, oh, it's not you. It's definitely Crow.
I even voted for you just because it's like, it's either going to be a good game either way, but I'm going to do the last move I can do and remove suspicion.
Okay, I'm gonna leave the camera right here, you guys. We're far past over our stream time. Everyone say goodbye to the Twitch channel. Wraith is gonna set up for us to raid somebody. But thank you for joining us for Games of Neos for this week. And I'm glad for you all to stop by. Also, Snooper, thanks for all those gifted subs and the 500 bits, as well as the subscription from Sen. You guys are awesome. And if you have any more information that you want to know about Neos VR and the amazing community that we have here, you can join our Discord, discord.gg/neosvr. And we will see you for next Friday, you guys. And yeah, thank you for watching this fun game. And hats off to Arito and everybody else who helped out to make this possible, as well as the main creators of the board game for the Blood on the Clockwork Tower, and also this world will be released and made public at some point, right, Arito?
Absolutely.
Cool. But yeah, have a great one, you guys.
Get down here.
Yeah, get down here. Get over here. Come in the most before we say goodbye.
Get in the front.
They need to see the angry toaster.
Everyone get in before next gets
Yep.
screen up.
Yep. So I can take a picture. Say cheese, everyone. Cheese. There you go. Woo!
I'm a ghost. Spooky.
Nice.
Okay, love you all. Have a great Friday.
Wait.